Round of 8. Rogue. Dark. Zoun. Party. 2021 GSL Season 2. Protoss. Africa TV. Freak Up Studio Live. 2021 GSL Season 2.
Okay, now my mic's on. Day 2 of the round of 8 continues on here in the GSL Protoss. It was an amazing first day that we had. It's
amazingly fast.
Very one-sided, but the games are quite good. Today, I think, should be closer, should be longer. And then we're going to be going to the round of 4 next week.
Yeah. Of course, it has to be longer today because that was literally as quick as we've ever had anything on day 1. But we've got that golden ratio coming up because we only have mirror matches here today, a ZVZ and a PvP. So
it's amazing how many times we actually get this.
It's just always.
It's
in
crazy.
In fact, it's so often that you can tell that it's rigged.
Yes, you can tell that we have terrible writers.
Statistically, this shouldn't even happen.
This should be impossible.
Yeah.
But once again, even though we had one Terran with Bunny, who was kind of the Terran we thought was unlikely to really get that far, he's really brought the best iteration of himself. He's going to be in the round of 4. Very exciting. And we'll see if he can get to the finals.
Yeah, that would be kind of amazing if he is able to do that against Trap. But the players that we have today equally as deadly. Rogue versus Dark and Zoun versus Parting.
Yeah, it's going to be 2 amazing mirror matchups here. Rogue and Dark, I think Rogue ever so slightly favored, and normally if it's Rogue versus anybody, I say Rogue extremely favored, but Dark, I think, could give him a run for his money. I do worry that Rogue overall, at least for Dark's sake, I worry that Rogue just has a much more complete, wider range of ZVZ. But both these guys extremely good from early game all the way in late game. And then we've got a very exciting PvP with Zoun versus Parting, and I'm very curious how this is going to look.
Me as well. Zoun is really legit at this point. I think everyone's kind of looking at him as truly the next big Protoss. Is he ready to beat Parting in a best of 5, though? Because Parting is the guy that will figure things out like what he did to Solar that actually makes maps get changed, right? Like Parting he will figure out every little thing he can to beat you.
He's also an extremely adaptive player. We got a quick interview, guys, then we're going to go into our games.
All right, we're going to have an interview with the 2 Zerg players, Rogue and Dark. And these guys are the only Zerg winners of the Legacy of the Void in GSL. Alright, let's have an interview with them. Hello. Hello. So Rogue, you first. After your championship title, you promised your fans that you're not going to get eliminated early in the next season. So how was your preparation of the best of series? Well, I want to play comfortably, so I came here with an easy mind. I mean, you probably had an easy time preparing because Rogue, you are ahead in the head-to-head record against Dark. I don't think the score matters that much. I don't think the statistics matter. I think I'm the best Zerg out there right now. I'm gonna have to play really well today. So Dark, in the round of 16, you defeated Innovation, and you were placed first in your group. However, your opponent is Rogue. So what do you think about the brackets this season? Well, I was placed first in my group, so I thought I would not play against Rogue. But then I saw Rogue's performance on the day, and then I knew something was wrong. But so, I was placed first in my group, but having to play against Rogue, this is definitely weird. So Rogue, in his interview before, mentioned that he prefers the ZVZ instead of ZVT. What do you think about that? I think that differs by his opponents, really. Well, I always make good preparation. I'm gonna have to dive into the match to tell. Well, you guys last met in IEM Katowice round of 8, and this is a team kill match in a long time. And you guys are playing at a very important time. So before we kick off the match, anything you want to say to each other? Rogue, you first. In an offline match, when I play against Dark, I always have good results. I hope I can keep up the momentum. Even if I do win the season, I think he's going to be the most formidable opponent. And if I do beat him, I think I can lift the trophy. Alright, Dark, what's your response? Well, I have the same thought as Rogue. I think if I beat him, I think I can win the championship title. So today I'm going to try my best.
GSL 3번의 우승을 거뒀지만 2연속 4강에는 처음으로 도전하는
Rogue has already acquired 3 championship titles, but this is the first time challenging the 2 consecutive round of 4. And Dark is aiming for his GSL round of 4 after 2 years. Who will be the victor out of these two?
All right, this is going to be a lot of fun tonight, man. This CVZ, and by the way, I really like what Rogue says, that if he beats Dark, that should probably be his hardest opponent moving through the tournament.
I agree.
I kind of agree.
Yeah.
You know, Rogue is one of these players, when he's on, he really just doesn't look like he can be stopped at all. He hasn't had the easiest season so far, but honestly, I mean, I've been casting StarCraft 2 forever. I feel like anytime the Rogue's in the game, it's always an easy bet to say he's going to take it.
Oh, of course.
Against anybody. You just, when he is dominating, nobody can stop him.
Yeah, and I mean, that's been shown. This is probably the last person that can stop him in the tournament.
Right.
He's never lost a best of 7, ever. So, yeah, that's... I feel like it is Rogue favored, but Dark could take him down. You know, like Dark is...
Sure.
The thing is, when they play ZVZ, they have some really strange games. Like, they do weird strats against each other. There's a lot of mind gaming going on.
I think that it's these two specifically, because they're so good and because they've played against each other so many times, and both these players have been so successful that there's so many games you can, and VODs you can review and study, that it's almost like we can't truly appreciate the mind games at play here. Because they know each other in and out. So I think occasionally we see a lot of odd decisions that might not make that much sense initially, but probably because they're trying to outmaneuver each other in the best of 5 or best of 7.
So, looking here, like, I think Dark needs to win game 1. I kind of get this feeling from it. Rogue actually loses a lot of game 1s. Like, things sometimes start out a little bit shaky for him before he gets his sea legs under him or whatever. And yeah, so I think if he wins game 1, this is going to be easy sailing for him this series.
I also want to point out Dark is very likely to go pool first 1 or 2 times in a best of 5 or a best of 7.
Yeah, I think there'll probably be a 12 pool at some point.
Yeah, so we should expect that. Rogue is a little bit less likely. I wouldn't say it's out of the question. If this was a best of 7, we could probably guess Rogue doing that. But I think Rogue is more likely going to be on the receiving end of this best of 5. But let's see. I think there's a lot of different directions this can go. Zerg vs. Zerg, especially in late game, is a really interesting matchup. And I think there's a very high chance we have a couple games that do go on quite long where the map is split and there's a lot of engagements everywhere.
That could be tough for Dark, though, because this is a Roach bro. Like, it's very likely that if we get there, it's because he was unable to kill with Roach Ravager, and then suddenly we have Lurkers and Vipers out, and that's where Rogue will grind him down. So I think the mid-game, the early game to mid-game, really, that's going to be the area Dark needs to win in, and he needs map 1, I think, too.
Our map lineup will be Oxide, Blackburn, Lightshade, Romanticide, and GSL Oblivion. This is going to be a lot of fun. Again, Rogue, kind of the favorite for the whole tournament. He's looking extremely strong, but Dark could stop him. Dark knows this is also probably his most difficult opponent if he has to face off against anybody. Dark, of course, hungry to win a GSL as well. So this is an extremely important match right in the middle of the tournament, right here in the round of 8, with the 2 strongest Zerg players in the country.
All right, let's get into it. Oxide, map 1. See what Dark has planned here to overcome someone that beats him normally.
2 spots remaining in the round of 4. Only one will move on, Rogue or Dark. Let's find out who.
No big surprise here. There's that 12 pool.
All right. Dark's red, right?
Yep.
All right. So this is what we were talking about might happen. And Dark, if you look at a lot of his best of 5s and best of 7s, and this is one of the nice things about this game actually having been out for so long, is we can really unpack player behaviors. Dark, a lot of times, likes to open up with the crazy aggressive build in the first game of the set.
Yeah, he does it a fair amount, I think. And 12 Pool is definitely a build that he uses more than any other top-end player.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think like this really does need to work out for him. Let's see. Okay, hatch, drone. Not looking like perfect here for Rogue. Okay, well now we're getting silly.
You know, the longer you wait to start that pool, the more impact this rush is going to have, and this can win the game outright. Gas. So Lings are going to be hatching. The pool is finally started, so the pool starts and the Lings will hatch shortly after. 3 drones are going to be fractured off to come in here with the rush.
Yeah, those
and
are
the idea is the spines, right?
Yeah,
and these drones in the back are here to merge with the fight. So basically, Dark has mapped this out perfectly, and on paper, Rogue should die. But let's see how everything is handled.
Yeah, like he might be able to throw down some spines in his main, something like that. He did start gas mining here.
One of the
will end it.
Disadvantages about having the pool finish so late is not just that your Lings are late, but your spines start later. And so there's going to be some body blocking going down here.
He wants to block as many spines as possible. He's unable to block any, unfortunately.
Okay, and look at this drone that's going to come in from behind.
Yeah, that's very sneaky. I love the move.
That's really smart by Rogue to just slip a spine in over there. The bunching here of the drones was actually almost mismicroed there by Rogue for a second. They went around to the back. And so it's kind of hard for the Lings to actually engage into that. He needs to evacuate onto the low ground.
Yeah, he has Lings out now.
And when the spine finishes, if the spines from Dark can't get down there, Rogue will just win this game. Again, if there's anybody that can handle this perfectly, it would be Rogue. Now, I believe the spines can hit drones. Yeah, they can, from the high ground.
I think he's held it for the most part, right? Like,
look, and the body block
Oh,
here.
he has to block that.
Oh, no. Oh, my God. And that's actually out of range of the other spine.
Oh,
I thought it would
man.
be. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
So he's going to come down. He can transfuse. Oh, I don't know if he has enough energy, though.
So a slightly misplaced spine there, probably going to cost him the game. So yeah, Dark is going to take game number 1.
So Rogue, I think idea-wise, held this, but did not place a spine in a location where it could punish the spine crawler shimmying down from that position. Now, minerals right now, we have just about 60 mined. Keep in mind, Rogue's not mining, but he's going to go across the map. So this is actually not as cut and dry as it might look. Hold on, we need to let this play out.
There's a possibility of a draw.
Well,
if you can kill the hatchery.
Spines count as buildings.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, but if he makes like, I guess he doesn't really
have enough to make an extractor, right? So. I believe that all of Rogue's buildings will just be killed.
You're right. He needs just a few more minerals for an extractor.
And there's no way he can get those minerals. He cannot. I mean, it's the same amount for a drone as well at home, which you can't make. And so I believe that Dark simply has to run the clock here. The spines are going to slowly move into the main and begin to break down the remaining infrastructure. And again, guys, the lose conditions are actually that all your buildings are destroyed. We never really get to games like that because, you know, players know the game well enough to know the moment that they've lost that would ultimately then lead to their buildings being killed off. So this back and forth is really interesting here, but Dark has opportunities. Rogue basically does not. Every second that passes is going to be worse. Rogue's basically just waiting for the Queen to merge up with the army. And he's hoping that that can be the tipping point. Now, if he wins the fight over here, keep in mind, Lings and drones and Queens are going to kill buildings maybe a little bit faster than the spines would.
Yeah, but the spines are still alive.
Yeah.
The fact that he has not burrowed those, I'm so confused.
Well, let's...
Why would he not burrow those and kill the buildings?
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't know what the incentive is to not burrow and just kill the buildings. Is he worried that the damage might be too high on the... I don't get it at all.
No, I'm confused as well. Like, he can literally just burrow the spines and kill all the buildings and the game ends.
Is there a building somewhere that we haven't seen? No. No, there's not, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess there's, like, the slight chance, right? Like, if there is something hidden somewhere... This is the only thing I can think of. If there is something hidden somewhere, and the spines kill everything, then all the creep is gone, and then the spines have to uproot, or they bleed out.
Okay, that's
and then
so
they
smart.
could be killed.
Yeah, that's it. We see everything. But essentially, Dark has won this game, but Dark is actually proceeding with so much caution here. The thing is, once these buildings are killed...
Spines uprooted will be fine, but if you had a Ling, you could kill them all, you know?
Right. Now, if he kills this and then leaves with the Lings, can he actually take a fight over the spines? Good runaway here. You want to let those Broodlings die out.
Never, never, never.
Well, hold on. One is now being forked off from the group. So if he kills this army and kills that one over there, right? I mean, we're casting this, or we were casting this from the perspective of we knew what the decisions were going to be, but it seems like right now Dark does not have a correct read on this situation. You've got to be careful. Every little hit these Broodlings do.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't lose anything, he can always heal up. But just the fact that he hasn't gone over and killed these buildings is like, what?
Well, the thing is, if he doesn't move that over
He's
there...
not even scouting.
Dude,
like,
here's the thing, Artosis.
Oh, Rogue.
Oh, he did manage to take that over.
Rogue had 30 minerals. Okay.
Oh, I did the same thing that you did. I actually swapped.
Oh, God. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Okay, so he actually does have that. So he... Okay, so actually, it should be a draw. Because you're not going to get up that ramp.
If in draws, does nobody get a point, or does it go 1-1?
You replay the map.
Replay the map. Okay, so nobody gets a point.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, this is one of the rare moments.
The fact that he hasn't killed the...
I don't understand why he's not killing the buildings. That
why
is
would you
baffling
not...
to me. This game would have been over.
Well, he could have made the extractor, I guess, right? Like, that's definitely a doable thing. Now it seems like he's scouting the map. Now, the thing is, we actually have draw criteria within StarCraft 2, so we will actually get a draw if he doesn't kill buildings for a little bit. Like, if nothing dies, if nothing is being mined, that type of thing, then, yeah, it will end. Yeah, I guess the reasoning for not killing the buildings would be just to keep the creep, because if you kill the hatchery, the creep goes away. It's the only thing that I can come up with here. He's like scouting with the overlords. There's no hatchery there, so he can't lose as long as he just leaves three spines sitting there. You know what I mean? Well, as long as they sit there, what he has cannot kill it.
Now, if this army was gone, I don't know how much it takes to kill 3 spines when it comes to drones and Lings, but I feel like the spines are enough.
He has 4 transfuses, right? So, like...
He could use that on a Ling,
but
or a drone, I guess.
If Dark just pulls back, it's fine. It's all over. Right? Like, if you have these units near the spines, it's like never, ever. But yeah, he should be sitting at the top of the ramp, because the actual army that wins here is Dark's. The Queen is the only thing that changes the math on it, really. Well, I told you guys they have really weird ZVZs when they play.
This is not... I knew we might have the rush, but keep in mind that rush is engineered to end the game immediately, so if Rogue could force a draw, that's kind of a win.
Dark is the one looking for a victory here.
Yeah.
Like, if he could pick the Queen, he can probably get up there and kill the Extractor.
Look at these drones being moved just ever so slightly.
Yeah, he wants him to come down just enough to get a surround onto that Queen, because the Queen actually would die pretty quickly. I feel like if the Queen overextended down, he surrounded it, there might be a possibility he kills the Queen, backs up, heals, and then can fight the army perhaps, because he has a higher Ling count. So he's 13 to 6, but then it's 6 drones to 12.
Yeah, this is a position where if anybody were to move out too far, it wouldn't make any sense. So we should be having that draw. I don't know what the timer is for the draw.
The thing that might be happening here, I'm not sure exactly about the draw mechanic, but his spine is killing larvae, so that might count as units killed.
Oh.
I'm not sure.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what that...
This is not like something I would look up and care about at all, because this has never happened. but it might just be that the larvae that are being picked off by that spine are, and here's the thing, this is like, it's actually kind of smart of Dark if that stops the draw, and he can maybe bait out the queen.
But the longer this goes on, it becomes very clear
Yeah.
what's going to happen. I do see some of the staff deliberating in the studio. And Rogue's going to push.
Yeah, I guess if Rogue could kill this army, the thing is, if you overcommit going towards his base, he can cause the draw by getting the hatch, right?
Well, it would depend on...
Okay,
tied. Okay.
It did run out. There you go.
Dude, you had me convinced with the larva being killed. I thought, oh,
It could have been,
yeah.
I don't remember the exact amount of minutes you have to go with nothing happening
There's
to.
the number of draws we've had in our casting career, we can count on one, maybe two hands. Like, it's very, very, very
I think
rare.
I can remember 4 or 5 that have happened.
And so that's going to be a map we replay because we did get the draw. The extremely rare.
Pulver Strange at a Dream. You were actually casting that one. I think it was
in
maybe
Valencia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
And there
with
was,
Rotterdam, I was casting
yeah,
that
there
with.
was Reality versus Soul Key in Pro League, or yeah, in Pro League I believe it was. We had Neeb versus TY. We had. I know that there's a couple more, but okay. Let's try that again.
Yeah, we're going to go back onto Oxide and see if there's going to be another 12 pull. Probably not. Game 1 ended in a draw, so we start over with Game 1 once more here. Let's go.
12 pull. I hope it's exactly the same game.
Yeah, I hope that. Well, here's what's funny about this is that Rogue's kind of ace up his sleeve was that he hit the drone back there and then came in with the spine.
Yeah, and if that was 1 hex to the right,
yeah, it was
maybe
misplaced.
he wins that game.
Yeah, maybe, or you get the body block on the spine crawler as it tries to come down. It almost looked like he did manage to actually deny it moving there. And Rogue is going to go for hatch first. Now he went gas. I believe it was
drone,
3 drones.
gas pool. So we'll see exactly how many he makes this time. And he's saving up or no? Let's see. 2 drone.
I think he's going to do the exact same thing.
3 drone.
Like he's calling the bluff.
Yeah. I applaud Rogue's choice here. And I shun Dark's choice, but because Rogue made such a big brain choice, Dark's choice becomes very good.
Yeah.
Right? Think about it for a moment.
Yeah.
Hey, what I said is not that crazy.
2 drones this time.
No, 3.
Third. Okay.
He's going to do the exact same thing. We can only hope it's
We're going to
exactly
find out
the
we're
same
in the
game.
Groundhog's Day movie right now.
Who can do it better this time?
Yeah. The only way for us to fix this is to cast it perfectly.
Okay, here we go. This is so funny. Rogue's eyebrows just went up a little tiny bit. Okay, so he's moved his
Spawning pool
spawn way over, yeah.
The spawning pool's in a spot where you'd want to put the spines.
Yeah, that's going to help him to block it, like maybe buy him a few seconds.
Yeah, he has the hidden drone in the back, and he has a drone ready to plop down his spine, or at least block the spines from coming here.
Yeah, look at that. Evo to block it even more. Very interesting.
Now, this is all a game of fractions of a second right now.
Yeah. He's making the spine down at the natural. He'll probably cancel off that Evo, I would say.
He better. I can't imagine there's any functionality of having an Evo chamber here.
I guess it can block the chase a little bit. I don't know. Maybe it gives you... Oh, my God. Okay, so he actually had to cancel this spine at the natural. He does let that finish. That's very interesting. I guess it does block. It makes him walk way around to get down.
Yeah, now that I look at it like that spine in the middle,
It's
has to
really...
go quite a distance.
Yeah, it takes him a lot longer to get all of them down here.
Okay,
Going
now,
after the spine
is the
itself.
spine in the correct spot this time?
Yeah, he moved it 1 closer.
It was 1 close.
Yeah.
Okay. He does not get the body. He does not manage to stop that. Oh, but now
yeah, he's blocking it from burrowing now. He is getting hit from the one on high ground, but I think that's okay.
Yeah, and now the spine is going to execute this one as
I
well.
think Rogue's got it this time.
Yeah, this is 1 spine down.
Oh,
we don't have a shot of it, but in the bottom left, there's Lings killing something in the main here.
Yeah, Rogue's got this, man.
So I think this game's over. And, you know, it's funny. Rogue just understands how to manipulate the rush. Okay, so I guess, I'm sorry, I thought those were Lings. It was an Overlord down there. I, for some reason, thought there were 2 Lings killing drones. My bad. The problem now for Dark is that Rogue is still mining.
Yeah, that is a little bit of a problem here for sure. It's really funny, like the Broodlings actually are changing the math a little bit, right? Like
yeah.
the Broodlings took, and even one, the surface area was wrong, so one Broodling wasn't attacking, but he still got 1/4 of its health gone.
He puts a pull down here.
Yeah, look at this. He's actually hitting a drone in the back there, so he gets one drone.
It might be better to uproot this instead of letting the Broodlings come out, because it does seem like you do need to do something fast. There are drones mining for Dark. It's not like he doesn't have an economy, but it's not even comparable, really. Evo chamber comes down here. I assume this is to block.
Ooh. Okay, this is another one there. Killed the plate.
There's more Lings setting up, though, Artosis. I mean, if the Spine's spine pool's not done.
Can he block it? He actually doesn't block it. I would love to see a drill through there. I think Rogue drilling would be very helpful here. Drill? Yeah, there you go. He needs another drill.
All right, this is thinning out the numbers here. The Spine is hitting the other Spine here. There's just not quite enough here for Rogue. The Lings are now here. They're diving on the Spine. There's Lings coming.
Oh my God. He has 6 Lings of his own making right now.
Oh, if he just targets down the weakest ones. Now, he could hit that spawning pool.
He needs to cancel one of those Lings if he wants to have a chance here.
Wait, he has
no
drones.
No money for drones. 0 drones, 0 money for drones. Okay, that was, well, it tanked. It tanked.
Now, hold on. What's back at home here for Dark? These are becoming some of the most insane ZVZs ever.
8
4
Lings, 4 drones.
Against 12 Lings.
If he could make a Spine,
I don't think he has enough
making
time.
Lings. Yeah, I guess you're right.
I can't believe this game.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. Now,
he's gonna have
he's gonna hold. He's only 2 Lings down. He's only 2
he's
Lings
got
down.
a very
He's
good
gonna hold.
angle here on the ramp. Can he just out micro him? He's gonna pull him away. There's more Lings hatching here.
Yeah, no, he should hold. You just fight with the drones too. Go.
Okay, he's coming. The drones come in from the other side. Dark's gonna win this.
Dark wins, yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Just keep doing that. Just keep doing that, man.
Well, that was, I thought for sure Rogue was going to have that. He thought he could get a kill there, which is funny because he had the Overlord over the base. But really, I think he screwed up by making that many Lings, and then he sacked his Spine too, because he could have made drones. Like, he needed some Lings.
Well, it's funny because also,
he had 2 hatch.
Don't forget where that pool was made. The pool was made to kind of interfere with the Spines, but then it was killed off when he got control of the natural. And then, honestly, if the pool was anywhere else, again, maybe the rush looks different, but at least then you'd have the ability to make 1 or 2 more Spines, which is literally all you need. If you're mining with that many drones, full saturation, 1 or 2 more Spines covering the other angles of attack, and you win the game. But
it's a wild one.
Yeah, this is an extremely interesting deep dive into the weird cheeses of ZVZ and the decision trees behind how you want to try to handle it. But right now, Rogue's down. Dark takes the first win.
Very important, I think, for Dark there. Very important.
Yeah, we're going to go now to the 3rd game of the series, as we had to do the first map 2 times. So game 1 was a tie. We're going to Blackburn as Rogue vs. Dark continues on.
Dragon Phoenix Gaming.
So utterly disappointed they didn't 12 pool again. So, is that a 14 gas?
Rogue is gas.
Dragon Phoenix Gaming. Dark.
Yeah, so this could be like a Ling Bane all in, is what it looks like.
So a lot of times, if you watch the track record of Dark, as he does the crazy cheese in game 1, he usually does a full swing in the opposite direction. He'll go for some kind of an econ play in game 2, and this is a rush into the gold base.
Oh
what are these games?
So funny. Rogue gonna take it as well.
All right, they're both doing this. The problem is that Lings are gonna be inbound very quickly here, and Rogue is gonna safely expand behind this.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the speed upgrade could really devastate him with his hatches being so far apart. Yep, he's going straight to speed. Look at that, 100 gas exactly.
Mm-hmm.
There's the speed. Has his queen on the way. I think this is, like, it seems to me like this should be clearly easy for him to overwhelm that gold hatch.
Yeah, well, it changes a lot when the hatchery's not at the natural. If it's at your natural expansion, you can more easily manage stuff as, you know, your production line kind of meet it down there. But, yeah, this it seems to make it a lot more difficult. It would seem like all Zergs would be trying to take gold bases in this matchup one way or the other. And so I would imagine he's already assuming the gold base is going to be taken over on that side, especially when you get to the natural and don't see anything.
Yeah, for sure. He's keeping his lings back because he's not 100% sure as of yet. But can pull them up, and when he does get that speed upgrade finished, go across the map. Look at this, the drone just kind of scouting around for everything. Look at the Dark is up over twice the worker count.
Yeah.
So the amount of lings that we are actually going to have from Rogue is pretty crazy.
Yeah, and the whole reason why he hides it until just this moment is ling speed finishes. Now he can send it. There's very little time right now for Dark to respond.
Dark seems screwed. 22
Yeah.
lings against 6? Yeah, that does not seem like a good trade in any way.
Nice catch. Does not kill that one ling. Needs to wait for the rest of these lings to come up here with the main group. And then he's going to go for a dive in here, trying to surround that queen. The queen actually nicely microed to the back. The rest of these lings coming down here and pursuing the lings of Dark.
Yeah, and he's going to get that gold hatch so easily. Might be able to end it, but we do have a Baneling Nest on the way. If Dark can get up to that, there is a chance he can do some sort of counter.
Yeah, the problem, though, is that Rogue is also mining from the gold base of his own back at home. So, like...
Yeah, hard to imagine anyway for that to go wrong for him.
Yeah, forces a cancel there, trying to surround the queen.
Yeah, even just attacking like that should be fine with the amount of lings he has.
There's also the spawning pool that's way far out right now.
Yeah, that's true. That would be an easy pick off. All right, surrounds the speedlings. Drone's coming up for the fight.
But these numbers are so overwhelming right now for Rogue. The drones are now being taken out. We have some lings being made here. More coming up, though. We need to see a Baneling start. But how many drones are going to die before that can save the day? Too many. Rogue takes game 2, or game 3, if you will. And that means our score's now tied up 1-1.
1-1.
1-1.
Yep.
Thank you. This series has been much cheesier than I would have expected.
Yeah,
I like it though. This is fun.
Yeah, it's a very, very different series so far from these two. Exciting. It's so strange though.
Who sucker punches better?
Yeah. All right, Light Shade.
Yeah, this is going to be map 3 in this series.
Game 4.
Game 4, map 3, Light Shade. Again, are we going to have another short, explosive, cheesy game, or is it going to be something a little bit more in the realm of ordinary for ZVZ? We're going to find out as our map has loaded up. Guys, this best of 5 with Rogue vs. Dark continues.
$12 gas from Rogue. Oh, it's crazy, man. 12 gas, 11 pool. Let's do it. Now that should be a Baneling, Baneling, I think, right?
Well, let's see also what Dark is going to do over here, because these builds are only so strong, as strong as, you know, the player on the receiving end has prepared for them. But and by the way, you can actually have it where they're both cheesing each other. That could happen. They could both go pool on 12 or something like that.
Yeah. In fact, this is a 1 base, but with an Overlord gas pool for Dark. So this is actually like a great anti-cheese for him.
Yeah, Dark is going to be very safe. He definitely has
a higher end on build orders, no question.
Yeah, I think a lot of times people will think of these kind of games and just only imagine the player that goes quick pool versus the player that went for hatchery and drones and a later pool on gas. But you can actually kind of do what Dark does, which is just
not
very
many people
safe.
do this though, right?
Well,
this is kind of so middle of the road that it doesn't feel very good.
This is like a best of 5, best of 7 build. You bring it right out. It's very much like a Goldilocks build here. Like, it's just right because you don't die to cheese, and I think already, you know, Dark throwing the anti-cheese build into the mix of this. It doesn't give you a great economy if they play greedy, but it does allow you to basically kind of squeak ahead. But, you know, with the Baneling's Nest coming down, keep in mind that Lings can't really do anything against Banelings unless you have an overwhelming majority. So maybe actually getting the denial on the hatchery, maybe this actually does go to Rogue.
I think Dark's going to be all right. He has a queen on the way. He's up 5 workers right now. The thing you have to really watch out for is Banelings morphing. He doesn't have an Overlord in front, so the Banelings that morph are going to be further back. Notice how he's bringing the drones. You have to force the fight immediately, because if any Banelings come out, you just have to run away.
Well, the Banelings are not going to be found. He hid them up there at the top, and he's run away effectively. And he's basically going to loop around here.
Yeah, he's going to try to connect with one of them. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Spine on the way in the main base here.
Nice denial. Pushing in now. 2 Banelings. This is a real threat.
Spine is pretty far out there. Oh my god.
Yeah, well, it's not even going to finish. The Banes are going to come in now.
And, well, 1 Bane goes off. He's going to get the queen. Oh god. Yeah, I guess he is going to end up winning with it anyways.
Wins this.
Maybe a little bit of a mystery from Dark.
I thought a Spine earlier would have been better, but he just ends up getting wrecked here.
Maybe he thought it was just a 12 pool.
Yeah. Down and dirty ZVZs here.
Yeah, for sure.
Detonates that last Bane. GG. Let's go to game. What game is this now? Game 5 or 4? That was the 3rd map.
Game 4, game 5, whatever you want to call it. All right, so Rogue leads 2-1.
Yeah, I think that could have been held. He just didn't appreciate what was actually inbound, that this was not
Look, guys,
rush.
You may not like the way it looks, but this is what peak ZVZ looks like.
This is what peak ZVZ body looks like.
Yeah, it's this is truly art.
What a series, man.
Yeah.
And there's no reason why this has to stop, by the way.
It should continue,
There's
actually.
no rule
At this
where,
point, you have to stay in the mud. You're so muddy, there's no point in trying to dry yourself off.
No, this is like... oh, well, hold on, guys. We got a quick break. When we come back, the ZVZ continues on. Rogue vs. Dark. Don't go away.
Time stops when we're alone. You got my love, don't let it go. Feels like we're paper thin, one step away from caving in. When you're out where all the wild roams, and you're looking for a way back home, I'll be like that only you can see. Figure it out. I'll be here when all gets lost. We can count can hear your voice. I can hear you through the silence. Through the silence. Through the silence. I can hear your voice. I can hear you through the silence. Through the silence. Through the silence.
함께 모이면 홈파티. 홈파티엔 먹방. 먹방엔 실성사이다. 맛있어. 맛있는 자리에 빠질 수 없는 청량함. 실성사이다.
퇴근하고 뭐해?
퇴근하고 오늘은 유 셰프, 내일은 유러너, 주말엔 유목수.
그걸 다?
본캐부터 부캐까지 하고 싶은 게 많은 요즘 시대의 커피. 칸타타 콘트라베이스.
이번 주 등산 어때? 등산 캠핑? 그래서 주말엔 낚시?
내가 낚인 거지.
그래도 나오니까 좋잖아.
일상에서 취미까지 나누고 싶은 게 많은 요즘 시대의 커피 칸타타. 아이시스 8.0을 챙긴다는 건 건강한 생각까지 챙긴다는 것. 나를 움직이는 핑크 에너지 아이시스 8.0. 아이시스 8.0을 연다는 건 조금 이른 아침을 연다는 것. 나를 움직이는 핑크 에너지 아이시스 8.0.
디자인하면서 가장 중요하게 생각했던 부분은 울트라 기어의 차별화된 브랜드 메시지를 잘 나타내는 것입니다. 신과 영웅들의 최강의 무기들을 검토하였습니다. 그중 니케의 승리의 날개를 모티브로 지금의 울트라 기어의 로고가 탄생하게 되었습니다. 울트라 기어의 이니셜인 U와 G를 비상하는 날개의 형상으로 레드 색상을 사용하여 강력한 에너지와 힘을 나타내었습니다. 울트라 기어는 최상의 퍼포먼스로 진정한 게임의 즐거움, 승리의 기쁨을 여러분께 선사할 것입니다.
Round of 8. Rogue. Dark. Zone. Party. 2021 GSL Season 2. Code S. Africa TV. Freak Up Studio. Live. 2021 GSL Season 2.
Every kind of cheese you could imagine. You know when you go to the really nice part of the grocery store?
Yeah.
And they've got like all these different cheeses from all over the world?
Yes.
And you're like, you want to get some of that, but you're like, well, I don't quite understand. Is that cheese the same?
Yeah,
is like
cheese better
is
for
the Swiss
some
cheese
reason?
the same thing as like Emmental cheese or whatever?
And then you go up and you ask the guy for some, and he asks you how much, and then you just like your hands get sweaty and you turn around and walk away.
Yeah,
because you
like,
don't know how much cheese is appropriate.
You don't know. There's like, look, there's like 10 different kinds of mozzarella cheeses here. I don't know which one I'm supposed to get.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make a sandwich.
Yeah. And the guy at the deli counter thinks you're dumb, and he's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And that's what you're afraid of.
That's right, yes.
Because that's how you've always felt.
Yeah. When I asked him that question, I'm like, is this cheese the same as this cheese? And he goes, poser! And I run out of the grocery store afraid.
Oh, they're both making overlords?
What?
Dragon Phoenix Gaming.
In a rare shift in the ZVZ meta, these extremely risky take-an expansion builds are all the rage.
These guys are playing so greedy. Someone should
Dragon
fall
Phoenix
Yeah.
Gaming. Dark.
StarCraft, man, not Sim City. They're supposed to be attacking each other. I'm gonna build my arcs over here. No, dude. All right, well, looky. Hatchery.
All right. I guess we're going to play a more regular game. We'll see if anyone does that big Ling explosion to try to kill the third base. That's the next possible time we could see aggression. Other than that, I mean, there's some Roach builds, obviously, that
We
can get
could end up
aggressive.
with one side going Muta, the other side going for Roach Ravager. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised. And, of course, with these two playing, truly anything could happen.
I do.
They have really thrown very strange ZBZ strats at each other before.
I do feel like the more this game goes into the realm of a macro game, the higher the chance of Rogue just winning is.
Yeah. Yeah, mid-game is really where Dark needs to pick up victories. He's not really a lurker Viper guy.
Yeah,
and
or if
certainly
he is,
not
we
the
haven't
same
seen
level.
it.
Well, the thing is, everyone can use it, but he is, especially in ZBZ, he's always a preferred Roach Ravager and trying to kill people with that type of more tempo-based, aggressive play. But yeah, Rogue was like, you know, he's always been a guy that's great at Supreme late game, which is why he has so many championships. Doesn't always have to go there to win them, but having that as your backup makes it so much harder when someone's actually that good at late game.
So I actually welcome this. This is going to be, I think it's more interesting to basically see how these guys interact with each other in a macro game.
But how do we get a draw from here? It's just so complicated.
I don't think we can, Artosis.
Oh, damn.
If we did, this would be the craziest day yet.
2 draws in one day.
And so they're both
What
synced
is this,
up.
Titanic?
What?
You know the scene where it's just like, draw me?
That was how you made that connection? What?
2 draws in one day, man, yeah. It's all about drawing, man, just like the movie Titanic. Did you see the movie Titanic?
I did.
You're really out of touch, Tasteless.
I did. Titanic.
You just don't get it.
I don't get it, man.
No.
I'm definitely too old to be here. Baneling's Nest coming on both sides. If you look at the production tab, things are basically mirrored. Even the placement of everything.
Yeah, pretty much. Ling's both taking some damage and running away.
We basically watch to see if there is going to be a spike in drone production or a spike in Ling production, because it's going to be one or the other.
Yep.
The Baneling's Nest does not necessarily telegraph aggression. You can get a Baneling's Nest just so you have enough so that you don't die to aggression.
Evo Chamber coming up for Rogue. Evo Chamber coming up for Dark. All right, layer for Dark. Can we have a layer for Rogue?
Dance party over there for Dark with the Lings.
Rogue. Rogue no layer yet. Rogue no layer.
Rogue no layer.
Ooga booga.
Protoss bad. Terran scared.
I love it. Okay, so Rogue looks to be going for a more aggressive play here, right? +1 range attack. Roach Warren, a couple gases going down, so big attack going to be coming out of him. Whereas on the other side, look at that melee. Melee attack, Tasteless.
I wasn't expecting that here from Dark.
No, me either. But, I mean, yeah, that's... I really wouldn't expect that. Look at that, the one Ling holding the wall.
Yeah. Bodybuilder Ling.
Yeah, that Ling. What does it do if 2 Lings come to get it? You just get to scout the base. Where the Queen's at. All right, layer is coming up now, just a bit later. Is it going to be a Spire, I guess? That's a Spire placement.
Yeah, that looks like it should be a Spire. There it is. Spire inbound.
Melee and Spire. Overlord speed here for Rogue. Some more gases. That was a deadly dart. See that? He threw one dart and killed him, man. How much damage did that dart do?
You don't see it, but the Queen has a little pole of bamboo and blows into it to shoot the dart over there.
Yeah. Poison on that one.
That's right.
Ouch.
And so we do have that deviation. The Spire's about halfway done. If Rogue is going to act, I think the time might be very soon.
Well, he just made an Overseer, right? So he's in Overlord speed finish at the same time as the Overseer. So the Overseer gets to see everything. You can't block that.
Yeah, and he's going to see that the Spire is 70% complete.
Well, I'd say that's 80%.
I know. Actually, that's funny. Right as I said it, I was like, people that are watching this are going to be like, that's 80%. Who shouldn't be allowed to catch
That's
this
who
game.
we are, Tasteless. That's who we are. I'm on team that was 80% Tasteless.
So we have a lot more Lings.
It was just lazy commentary to say 70%.
He just
I need to
threw
call
a
you out.
number. He might as well have said 60.
Look at him try to build suspense by making it seem like it's not as far along.
Okay, 4th hatchery coming down. 4th base, I should say, here for Dark.
Yeah, he is making some mutas here. I think it's probably the right play. A drop overlord being made from Rogue. Oh my god. That is a changeling behind the Baneling nest.
Oh, look at that. Isn't that annoying?
Okay. Okay, listen, Dark, there's a button on your
button
keyboard that will
rotates
turn your
screen.
screen.
Go to page up, page up.
He's just going to kill it. Look at that. So that's the first time a changeling ever killed a Roach Warren, and it probably will be the last time that a changeling ever killed a Roach Warren. This is such a weird day.
That is actually the most impactful changeling of StarCraft 2. Like, we should have buildings built of that change, or statues built of that changeling.
Yeah, but they should disappear after 30 seconds.
Yeah, we make it and then it dies off.
Okay, so just running around now. He has that +1 done, +2 melee on the way, Baneling speed on the way. So it actually looks like he might fully commit to this, but with a Lurker Den and Infestors and Pathogen Glands coming up, that makes me feel like it's not likely to work. Have you ever seen Banelings that are fungled try to run towards a base that's defended by Lurkers?
Yeah, it doesn't go well. Oh! Well, fortunately, damaging them will not cut it. So no victories there for Rogue with the Baneling drop.
Hive on the way. All right, Muta's coming out across the map. Infestors, there's already like 5 hatched, I believe. They should have their fungals. I believe Pathogen Glands was timed out correctly.
And for now, we have to wait and see what Rogue is going to try to go for here. I mean, Dark can basically expand and grow freely around the map. He can continue to basically economically dominate. And this really puts a clock on to Rogue here. Rogue is going to be coming out a little bit. Oh, look at these lings. They're just going to run right into the main.
Yeah,
trying to confirm what the exact tech is here.
Going up to Hive here, you know, he can just get into Vipers, and once you have, like, Fungal already does so well against Mutas, but if you add Vipers into that, Fungal and Parasitic Bomb.
Oh, the push is going to be insane. Here comes some Banes, by the way. Yeah, so that's what we were talking about with Banes getting fungled, and they're utterly useless. Now, there is a chance that basically Dark tries to just set up counterattacks and constantly come in on that area. Let's see, is Rogue actually watching here? Whoa!
Well,
25, 27.
Oh my god.
Dude. He just killed off so many Lurkers.
Drones?
That was insane.
Yeah, that was a big hit to the economy. Now Dark on 83 workers.
And we know that there's going to be a push coming here from Rogue, but he just beat the economy down so badly.
Yeah, he's got to remake that. But Rogue is the one that's on the composition that can handle something like that, you know?
Yeah, that's true. And these Banes are not exactly trading that efficiently. I mean, killing off these Queens is not going to help you in the long run, I think.
It's actually kind of hilarious to see, like, he's running them in anyways, and they're getting fungled, and they're still killing a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
But as Lurkers start to get burrowed, it just gets harder and harder.
Yeah. Well, it's less about, you know, paying attention at that point in time, right? I mean, it's but, you know, Dark has sat now on this incredible economy for quite a bit now. Are we going to have that push out?
You know what if the Mutas start to come in, like once all the fungals are used?
That's it. That could be an issue as well. And in fact, it's not going to be a push yet. It's going to be a very quiet 4th base taken here.
This is such a strange game.
It really is, man.
It looks so weird. All right, here come those Mutas. Oh, missed the fungal.
So, I mean, Rogue's not dead. He hasn't been killed yet, but Dark is just in complete control of the map. And he just has such an insane better economy right now. It's 58 workers to 85. Dark with that lead. This is all on the back of something like 30 workers being killed off. And now we're going to get these insane drops into the main. And
dude,
Dark,
yeah.
Rogue may just fizzle out here, man.
Yeah, this is kind of crazy. Like, he is going to have so many drops coming in. Parasitic Bomb going down onto the Muta. Like, 4 drop Oh, it's just mass Ling's going to be dropped into the main base?
Yeah, I think he's going to drop. He's basically going to hit every location except for the natural.
This is such a strange game.
Now, the Lurkers may just hold this, though.
Yeah. The Lings are going to kill this, everything in the main, right? And if you get rid of the Hive, you get rid of the Infestation Pit, the Hydralisk Den, it's pretty darn good.
Okay. He's going to come in here now. This is going to draw Rogue's attention away.
Well, yeah.
Meanwhile, he comes in here, hits that. 22 workers immediately killed off. A couple fungled Lings.
Oh my god, 23 drones already going down. He did deal with the main base, but that means 42 workers die elsewhere.
He's now down to 33. And I mean, that is such a blow. And again, you know, Rogue survives it, but where is he on any functional level? I mean, he's just going to be remaking drones while Dark can set up another attack here. Now the Mutas come. Nice fungal on the Mutas.
This game, and look, he's going into Ultralisks now. Dark is, right? Like he's done so much damage economically, but it seems like he needs like a bigger punch to come in here.
Yeah.
And it's just such a strange and bizarre game. It like doesn't look right in a lot of ways, you know?
I feel like
it kind of reminds me of like that game 5 from like 2019 of Cyril Rayner, where it was like mass ultras coming in at the end against like, but the way that we got here is so bizarre.
No, this is, you know, a lot of times we do have games that feel like a game we casted from before, but this time this is a completely different game. I've never had a game quite like this one.
And just constant Baneling production here. It's only on 41 workers right now, but like, I don't think it can be broken yet. Muta's just flying in, getting some damage. Saw some Vipers.
Dark grows further on the map now.
Dark has his own Vipers.
I don't know what Rogue's plan is or was to ever win this game. Like right now, he's just...
Well, I think you're supposed to get so cost efficient that you just kind of win. But...
right now, this looks like a turret defense game.
Yeah.
Like, Rogue's just trying to, like, last. Yeah, it's like lurker defense game.
Except if you stack your lurkers here, you're dead.
He's just playing There Are Billions. He just assumes eventually the zombies are going to run out.
All right, Chitinous plating, 3-3. Adrenal all on the way here for Dark. Damn, man. Banelings are quick.
It's 3.
Ultralisk speed coming up. Honestly, there's not even that much anti-air. So it's turning into like Spore Lurker.
Yeah, but the
against Sling Bane Ultra Muta.
Thing is, right now, Rogue's still on 3 bases. He's trying to remake this base down here. I think there's going to be a critical mass that Dark has where he can just basically break the area open.
Well, there's actually like so much army supply here still. I guess the Muta's coming in. Like, this is pretty huge. Can he get the fungal? It only catches a couple, unfortunately. So he does pick off some lurkers. And the economy of Rogue just so small. Dark continues to take the map.
Yeah, that was never going to work. I'm sorry, where are all the Ultralisks? I feel like we haven't caught them on camera.
Yeah,
but
no, I think he's just massing them. I think he's massing them for like a final killing move. Don't forget, like, fungal does not slow them at all. Right?
Yeah, so no, they just ignore it.
They're going to get on top of the lurkers for sure. And there's not much muscle. Like, there's a few roaches out. That's about it. Yeah, the amount of ultras is getting really high right now.
Yeah. And it looks like he's gearing up to try to pounce onto this base that is just littered with lurkers. Let's see how well he can actually get in there.
Oh my god, and the blinding cloud's going down. He runs back with the lurkers, re-burrows.
Oh my god, so many blinding clouds. We should be seeing GG, I think.
Or all the lurkers, the ultras just pop and stay in the game.
Yeah, I guess he can't quite. Well,
god, he throws down some parasitic bombs, so he basically cleans
this
most of the
Ultralisk is going ham on the extractor. There's still Mutas here doing damage.
So all the Ultras are dead. The Spores are moving up. The Hatchery is actually not dead.
He's making 50 more Lings and Ultras, so he can probably kill him with the next wave. That was the majority of the Ultralisks that were killed. And you can see now Rogue supply has been just buried.
Yeah.
So we're going to probably end up tying this up 2-2 and have to go to the 6th game, 5th map.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. It's like I cannot see a way for Rogue to win this.
Honestly, this is one of the weirdest ZVZs I've ever seen.
It really is. It really is. Just the
this has left me with more questions than answers, honestly.
Sure. I think it's best that we forget about this game. Let's never speak of this game to each other after we're done casting it. And if people ask us when we're streaming
I have no
stuff,
idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, just act like you have no idea.
Yeah. Look, I think that was a dream you had.
Yeah, that sounds like a really weird dream. That would never happen.
Tell me about your fever dream StarCraft 2 games. All right, here we go. Another huge, devastating blow comes in. The Ultras are eating a lot of damage from these lurkers at the bottom, but there should be enough to overpower him. GG.
My God.
Dark has tied it up 2-2. And let us pray that we never see a game like that ever again.
Like what?
Oh, never mind. I meant in black in memory.
That was so strange that I'm like, my brain is like trying to figure out what the hell I'm looking at this whole series.
I think that the Banelings killed so many drones that then Rogue just went into defense mode and tried to weather the storm.
Yeah, for sure you're right about that. For sure you're right about that.
We're going to go to the final game with these two. Again, one player eliminated, the other move on. The two best Zergs in Korea are going to have their final match now.
Dragon Phoenix Gaming, Rogue.
I feel like we can never cast a ZVZ again after that, the way that game went.
Oh my God.
That cast felt more exploratory in ways that I think any of our other casters are like, huh, so he's just not going to move out. And the other guy's just making Banelings and eventually getting Ultras.
The way I feel trying to cast this series right now, because like it's exciting to me in a lot of ways, but it's like hard to put anything into words. You know, like in all those sci-fi like books and movies where people that are going across like the universe or whatever are frozen in little pods and then get woken up, like from the, you know, their frozen sleep or whatever. I feel like I was just woken out of a sleeping pod and they're like giving me vitamins and like asking me questions and checking my vitals to make sure I'm actually okay.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they're trying to get me to cast this game, and I'm just like, I'm a little bit confused of why I'm even here and
like,
when did I go into this pod? Like,
so
has it been 1,000 years? Has it been 1 year? What's going on?
This is a ZVZ in 2090, you say.
Is this what ZVZ looks like now? They're like, yes.
This is what all the games look like.
No
I'm
one
like, does
plays
a lurker
Protoss
player
or
ever
Terran.
win? Does a lurker player ever win? I'm like, no.
Like,
they always lose.
It's like chess now. One player is the lurker player, one player is the Baneling player. Every now and then the lurker player wins. That's why people still play. Like, wow. Now that's
just a
an
weird
evolution.
game, man. Just such a deviation from the norm. We should note that nobody has opened up with any kind of aggression. We do have the builds mirroring each other in the production tab, so we're basically waiting to see when the fork in the road happens, if the fork in the road happens anytime soon.
Yeah. You can only hope that it gets into exactly the same type of game that we've seen here. We haven't seen that many games on Oblivion yet. I'm trying to think how this map will play out in a ZVZ. Nothing's really coming to mind. It seems like a pretty standard map so far.
And so they're both taking their thirds now. Ling speed on the way. Drones are being pumped out. You know, it's funny. We were talking ahead of time before the game started about how interesting the late game is going to look for this. But then we saw that game, and I don't know what to say. Baneling's coming down. Again, I think the most impactful part of that last game was the first set of Banes that rolled in and killed all the drones. and put Dark in this position where I really...
It's like 32 drones or something.
Yeah, it was some number that was so ridiculous. And, you know, sometimes a StarCraft game can just be coming down to, like, you didn't have your screen in the right spot. You didn't have your eye on the mini-map when you needed to have it there.
That's oftentimes the case, in fact.
Absolutely, yeah, especially with a game that moves as fast as StarCraft 2. But, yeah, I mean, those Banes connected, and bam, the entire economy is shattered for Rogue. And Dark was ahead in bases, so...
Yeah, it was kind of funny because we were talking about how it wasn't working, and they just ran in like 8 from the side and killed everything at the third base.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay.
Well, Lurkers can shoot down Banes, but I guess if you're willing to risk taking a lot of Banes and just hurling it at that, it's fine.
The problem is they move relatively quickly, so the Lurker takes its shot, and then it doesn't actually connect with the unit all that well. You almost need to have it head on.
Yeah, that's why you want a bunch of Lurkers lined up.
Realistically,
like a firing squad.
Yeah, the better defense would have been if the Lurker was on the right-hand side of the gas at the 4th base, because that's like the angle he kept coming in from. But anyways, we have a little bit of a Ling-Bane scuffle here. Pretty close. It doesn't seem like anything's going to happen from there. +1 Carapace on the way now for Dark.
And... I mean, we saw basically Rogue try to go for a little bit of an engage. It's not worked out so far. Big picture here is that they're both even in workers, so nobody's really at risk here. We've got the Ling from Dark here actually detonating that one over here to confirm there would be no scout.
Yeah, Spire on the way for Rogue.
And this is where Rogue is going to be going for air, but over here for Dark, you know, with the Roach Warren and everything else, armor coming as well, we do have the deviation in builds.
Yeah, it definitely looks like he's going to go for that kill. Wow, this dive.
Oh, is there a Spire here? Wait, where is the Spire actually placed?
Yeah.
Okay, up in the natural.
I don't think he saw it.
I don't think he saw that either. I think you're correct.
But I think you can have an educated guess that this definitely could be Spire. Spire about halfway done right now.
Nice shutdown there by Dark. But you see the layer, I mean, I guess it's not that much of a mystery what's happening.
Yeah. Okay, a lot of units being made by Dark right now. Rogue, actually, I mean, he's spent a good amount on his Ling-Bane so far. And if he just keeps him busy until mutas are out, that's not a bad strat here.
Yeah, just
it's not like queens are walking across the map.
Yeah, any damage you can give on these queens is going to be fine because you're going to get kills on them later. Takes out one queen, fill in with some more Lings.
Look at this, continues to charge down there. A couple Banelings coming out to the side. Roach is here to defend as well.
Backing up for a second here. The Spire moments away from finishing. We should be seeing Mutalisk start in a second. There we go, 5 on the way.
Yeah, I mean, he's kept him so busy during this time, but the army that Dark's making right now is going to be pretty fearsome. It just doesn't shoot up. I think these mutas are really going to screw him up, Tasteless. I think Rogue's going to be able to get a big advantage from these mutas. All right, +1 Carapace is done. He is coming.
Yeah, he's pushing out.
Does he have enough to push through the mutas? The mutas can target down Banelings so that his Lings can actually fight?
Yeah, that's actually the most important part, is if he snipes the Banes.
Yeah, Carapace, though, against Zerglings is amazing. It really adds how long they stay alive. Now, look, he is targeting down those Banelings as quickly as possible.
Not much over here at the 3rd. There's no drones mining, though, either.
Yeah, you have to sack the 3rd. You cannot try to hold everything.
These mutas doing a lot of damage here. That armor upgrade, though, helping quite a bit.
Yeah. 3rd base does look like it's going to end up falling. Muta's mostly dealing with the Roaches going to the natural. Ling's running in here now as well.
Okay, the Banes are coming. Can he snipe the Banes? He hasn't targeted them.
Ooh.
Oh, he does manage to stop the Banes from actually connecting on the drones. The majority of the workers stay alive.
There's a Zergling counterattack going on right now. And there's no Banes in here, but yeah, with that +1 Carapace, he's not going to be able to win that.
Okay, more Banes are coming up. It looks like it should be easy for Rogue to shut that down. And again, the counterplay for the mutas is the threat.
Yeah, these Lings still just kind of keeping him busy right now. The mutas have to start dealing with this a little bit better. His drone count is still, like, survivable because he does have a huge Mutalist count. But he needs to, like, tighten up his defenses here and get across the map, I think. Because Dark is going to try to keep enough pressure on that he can get up spores, queens, everything he needs.
Yeah, Dark is doing an amazing job of keeping Rogue juggling back at home. 2 base versus 3, it's not bad for Dark, but again, the Muta threat eventually, it's inevitable. It's going to come here. He's going to send Lings around again. He wants to try to force the Mutas to come back and defend once more. And does Rogue accept? No. He's going to push in. He shuts down this Overlord. Nice supply block, actually.
Yeah, decided he needs to get something
Oh
done
no,
with the mutas.
the Lings are actually coming back, so the mutas might even go in here again. And now, this happens in games where one player goes for the muta, the other does not, is if you don't move your Overlords out, you can end up taking out all the Overlords on the map. The entire map is going to be darkened and hiccups your supply over and over and over. But again, 2 bases versus 3. Obviously, you need to do something to catch up, whether that's expand yourself or punish the player who's ahead.
Yeah, he's coming in, getting quite a few of these Overlords.
Yeah,
puts some damage on, flies by. Oh my God, only 1 Spore in here.
Yeah, and he's just going to try to snipe the Spore down, but the transfusion chain is just too much. Now he's going to go for a lot of these workers over here. A big Ling counterattack.
Yeah, and obviously the Lings can do fantastically,
Oh, this angling
but with
is
the
garbage.
mutas, yeah, he's holding reasonably well here. Muta's adding some damage there too.
Dark,
here
Dark
come
might
Roaches.
actually, this could be some serious damage that I do not think Rogue can recover from. The mutas have basically been held. Dark did deal with it. More Roaches coming up here, and these workers going down.
Yeah, this is real pain, but the mutas are coming back, so he will clean it up, but is it too much damage to his economy? 14 drones falling, he's down to 26. Okay, his muta count is getting pretty insane. I think if Dark just sits around and makes spores, he should be able to be in pretty good shape. He's got 14 queens, but honestly, 21 mutas can power those down pretty darn quickly, too. He's got a good spread of Overlords to see any incoming armies. Okay, some Lings hitting that third. No,
yeah,
can't do
shut down
anything.
again.
Here come the mutas. Now, he flew on a path that Dark doesn't have anything on, so Dark is kind of spread out. He is making mass spores, but is it a little bit too late?
He's going to dive onto this first spore. It's going to go down in a wave of 3 shots. Goes on to this queen. Transfusion chains do come down.
Yeah, and look, oh, this is a great place to have a little bit of a connection. Does a bit of damage there, but the queens are coming.
Oh, no, the Banelings didn't connect to really anything.
Good idea, but it didn't work out.
Yeah, he needed to hug more of the bottom of the map there.
The thing is, the Mutaball is getting, like, pretty disgustingly large. He's still making it. Like, he isn't getting the huge damage yet, but eventually you'll have so many mutas in a stack, like, you will be able to do things like one-shot a queen.
I think the problem, though, is that if there's any more commitment down here in the bottom, maybe Dark could try to counterattack here. I mean, he's making this creep highway for an inevitable attack up here.
Oh, my God.
And I think this is it. Okay, so he is going to just send the queens up.
That is so much energy on those queens.
And, I mean, these queens...
He needs EMP.
Can't be... These queens can't be killed.
Okay, it's 16 queens against 25 mutas. Oof. Like, is he going to make a bunch of spines? Maybe, like, if he makes, like, 10 spines?
But I think the Roaches can get there beforehand and start to shut that
but
down.
The mutas can slow down the Roach, and then the queens have to come up, right? Like this, yeah, see? That's going to give him time for the spines. But the thing is, the spines, the Roaches will tank the spine damage.
I think then he just camps.
God, this is crazy. I think he has to battle here. Yeah, look at this, though. He has so many. He took down a queen very quickly, forcing all the transfusions. He is slowing it down.
Oh.
Roaches go up, forcing the mutas back. Beautiful move here from Dark.
All right, here we go. These queens, can they one-shot? Not
Almost.
quite. Almost. Sometimes they can, other times they can't. Ravager's being made here. Can Dark actually battering ram his way in here? This is an insane game.
Dude, I think Rogue has enough.
Yeah.
I think he just has enough here.
No,
And
I think Dark actually might. No, hold on.
No,
There's
I
so
think
many
Rogue has
mutas
enough,
here. You're
man.
right. You're right.
Yeah, look at that. The spines are going to slow them down just enough. And now he turns around. Forget about the queens. Go after the Roaches. He needs to make sure he's not losing hatches, not losing all of his drones either.
Yeah.
Blocking that ramp a bit, bringing his drones away. Oh, those vials could have been crazy. But Rogue is going to eliminate this army right now.
If Rogue can hang on and try to push this back, he might have a great counterattack here. All of the queens were sent in this attack, and they've just now all been wiped out. More Roaches coming in here, I think, to basically cause a distraction, but they'll be killed before they even make contact with anything on the ground there from Rogue. Now, back at home, what does he have? I see some spores.
He's making 2 infestation pits. He has spores, yeah. He's remaking queens. But there's so many mutas, he can actually just kill spores at this point.
Yeah.
2 spores and 2 queens, you don't have to be afraid of that. But it looks like he's going to split off some of his mutas for defense and then the other for attacking, but there's too many spores to split your mutas.
Now, again, Rogue still has plenty of minerals at that base, and he has some of the mutas back here to basically shut down any of these counterattacks. But Dark seems like he's safe, or at least Rogue has decided it's not worth risking. And so, again, Dark sits on 3 bases and has time to try to come up with some kind of a solution. The question is going to be what?
Ooh, he really needs his whole flock here together, but Dark is doing a great job of just running units around and threatening an attack. This is the craziest ZVZ series ever. I can't even believe what we're seeing. 16 spores right now, but obviously they are spread in 4 different locations. Almost 5 different locations, yeah. 2 out front, 2 on the ramp, and 2 at each, or some at each base, and like 4 at each base or something. Okay, he's stacked up the mutas. I think this is the vast majority of his mutas at least. Oh, gonna get the roach horn. Not a bad pickoff, actually. No roach speed.
I mean, hiccuping any tech right now is gonna be pretty good because Dark is almost paralyzed here in this game.
Yeah, Dark's economy's not that good. I know he's 3 base, but he's running out of minerals on these as well. But he does have some infestors.
Okay.
Now, that's a big fungal, but he's only gonna have 2 fungals.
Another one comes down.
The fungals are gone. He's gonna be able to take out some of these queens. Doesn't want to go to the spores though. Turns back around. Those are pretty low. I feel like he should wait for those 2 heal up a bit. Look at this, targeting queens down.
That's so sick. There's just barely anything holding on here. Even these Lings getting a couple drones is a big deal.
Oh my god. All right, there's 6 infestors out now. This feels to me to be going towards Dark, but it's not 100% decided. The mutas heal very, very quickly, so if you don't get them with the fungals, they still have a lot of play. 27 mutas out right now. I think he just needs to fly around in like notice how his mutas are flying. Just look at the mini-map. The mutas flying around in different directions outside of vision of Dark. He needs to appear places because Dark's countering army is super slow and super clunky.
Now keep in mind, we could eventually build up to a similar insane push from Dark here.
Yeah.
There's still, half of a creep highway here. Queens are still being amassed. We now have infestors comboed in with this, which makes the whole anti-air army itself much tougher, much more robust.
Okay, so the Ling's checking. Okay, there's the queens. Time to attack elsewhere. Oh, the infestor's on the main. Tons of spores, can't hit there. Turns around. Queen's starting to come back, thinking he might go there. He's not quite brave enough. Here comes the mutas to the new base. He can actually maybe destroy some of this stuff.
Oh, but the infestors come up and shoo the mutas away, and notice the creep is now beginning to reach up to the north. Mutas are going to try to shut it down, but again, basically the actual, if both of these different compositions were forced to fight, Dark would win.
Yes.
The advantage of Mutalisks, or I guess the feature of Mutalisks really is that they're mobile. They can basically fly anywhere, they can attack. If they want to retreat, they can usually get away. Of course, Fungal does change that a little bit, but they're mobile. If Dark could, he would be right outside that 3rd base hammering away at that again, but he can't get there without the mutas then diving in and maybe doing too much damage. But Dark is beginning to reach out in both directions here. He's got his 4th base up, so he's ahead economically, and he's getting tech. We do have Lurker tech coming.
Yes.
For Rogue, that's basically his play and the direction in the game he needs to go.
If he can buy enough time to get Lurkers out, that's going to be amazing. Lurkers basically counter just straight ground armies, and there's no Vipers yet, right? Vipers are the real counter to Lurkers. Or Banelings and Ultras, I guess, if you have 50 times your opponent's economy, but that's not the case here.
Hydra's here as well. Again, the ground and pound composition going up against this kind of strong, solid defense comboed in with counterattack ability with the Muta Lurker. This is actually turned out to be an insane ZVZ.
Yeah.
And one of the most technical ones we've seen. I mean, we're really ending this series on a high note. As these 2 completely different approaches. Oh my God, he's going to move out with them?
I think that's, I
think that's crazy, but maybe it'll,
it's hold position
Lurkers. Okay.
That
I
could
thought he
be
was going to like
brilliant.
maybe go up on the high ground and try to hit the drones or
That
something
could be
from
brilliant, Tasteless. Like
Yeah,
that
well-
could be a game changer. If he gets like all the infestors, for instance, or all the hydras.
Oh, but they have to go over it. If these rocks are torn down, it would almost make more sense to move through the other area anyways.
If only this were a bear hunt.
Now, the creep grows up a little bit further here to the north. By the way, in case you're wondering why Rogue doesn't have his creep spread out, he doesn't want to have any
Oh my God,
Zerg mobility
This
here.
is the possible moment.
God. He's like, I'll just check and see if there's anything here with Run Roach.
Yeah. Dude, oh, there's an Overseer. Overseer is key.
Okay.
Which way does he go?
If that's hotkeyed with the rest of the group, yes it is. Wait.
But, hold on. Like, if he hits it now, it's still good.
Oh!
Oh, dude. This is
My
giving me
heart almost
palpitations.
fell out of my mouth. Oh my God. Oh my God. Ah!
He barely doesn't see it. Are you
I
kidding me?
can't handle this, man.
Dude, the champion of this tournament might be decided over whether or not that Overseer sees those lurkers.
It's like...
It's madness. This is so insane.
That would basically one-shot whatever is in its line
They'll
of
get
fire.
at least 2 volleys, and that's enough.
Yeah.
That's enough.
Oh my God.
Dude, oh my God. Catching the infestors would be
Oh, that would be the most insane thing ever. Now, he's not going to go that way.
Is he not?
Oh, the thing is now, man, there's so many more lurkers in the game. I think that the Dark's opportunity to maybe push and win is kind of gone.
But we have Hive for Dark, so he can actually just go into Vipers from here.
True.
All right, sees the lurkers, so he knows lurkers are out. So we're going to have to see Vipers come into play. This should just turn into Viper, Lurker, I think.
Mutas are going to dive in on top of these queens, trying to one-shot them.
Well, he has enough, and he's going to do a great job there. What are these doing? Look at this.
YOLO lurkers.
Oh, my God. Now, the Vipers come out, and those parasitic
bombs
are
insane.
That is something else.
Woo!
That's some damage. Yeah, no, that was the worst 4 lurkers ever right there. If only there was a planetary and 10 tanks there.
Yeah.
Like, Armani! There you are!
He's going to come in again. He could get a lot of kills here. Keep in mind the supplies here hugely different right now. Dark is maxed out. Rogue has been like barely getting by. But we could see Dark enter a phase that would not look that different from the end of the last game that we casted, where, you know, Rogue's been amazing at survival.
Yeah.
This is really astounding, you know, how he's hung on and kind of taken strategy to its extremes here and making this work. But, you know, eventually there's just going to be too much muscle here for Dark.
The Mewtwo's still having some decent value, but here we go, the Viper pulls. This is what's important. He's also got those infestors. They're still going to be useful. He is stopping one of these bases, which is pretty good, but oh man, great Blinding Cloud as well. Dark starts to push in on this 4th base. Looks like the 4th should fall.
Yeah, the Mutas are counterattacking, but they're not doing that much. This hatchery most certainly will go down, and it's not over yet. It looks like Dark's going to keep pushing through here. I think Rogue is going to die.
I think so.
What a plot twist in this tournament.
Dude, he has to way outplay him. He's down 100 supply right now. Even if the Mutas kill this 5th base,
yeah,
I don't think it's enough.
I think it's fine. I think he could expand 2 more times easily. Bungles here on the Hydras. And I think there's enough lurkers that he just shoves. He just pushes in here. And Rogue is going to get eliminated.
Oh my God, it really opens up the tournament for everyone else, doesn't it?
No, I mean, this is such a plot twist
wow.
here. GG, what a CBC series.
Oh my God, that was insane. That was the strangest
That was one
CBC
for the
ever.
history books, man.
Yeah.
Started out with a draw, too. We got to have 6 games with these guys.
I'm just disappointed we didn't get 7.
Was
it a best 7? It wasn't.
I can't believe how good that was. And, you know, obviously Rogue frustrated he lost that. But, you know, I think anybody in the world looks at that and just says that was a world-class CBZ. We got to see all the different ranges of play. Rogue really brilliant with how he hung on with those Mutas, but Dark patiently hung on and got to a better spot late game. And, of course, when Rogue held that crazy moment while all the queens attacking at the front, I'm never going to forget that. That was wild. We're going to go to an interview now with Dark, see how he's feeling. He has managed to get the 3rd spot in the round of 4 of Season 2 of the GSL. I imagine he's probably pretty happy about that.
네, 정말
Wow, that was complete madness. That was the pinnacle of the ZVZ.
2년 만에 4강
So Dark makes it to the round of 4 after 2 years.
축하드립니다.
Congratulations, Dark. Thank you.
네, 정말 축하드립니다.
Well, sincere congratulations, Dark. You defeat your nemesis, Rogue, and you move on to round of 4. How do you feel?
거의 뭐 그냥 솔직히 너무 많이 져가지고.
You know, I've lost to him countless times.
우승했던 것보다 기쁜 것 같아요.
So I'm really, really happy right now. Even happier than when I won the GSL.
사실 오늘 저세상 저저전이었던 것
And
같아요.
today was a extraordinary DBZ match, Dark. No one's gonna doubt it.
좀 어떤 의미였을까요?
So what does this match mean to you?
평소에 저라면 그냥 마당 가져가고 그냥 무난한 운영.
Well, the usual me would just go for the standard play.
이겨내려면 좀 변해야겠다는.
So to beat Rogue, I had to offer a different strategy.
뭐 치즈가 통하지 않으면.
If the 12-po cheese didn't work, I knew that I would lose the match. So I tried to go for it one more time. So this is what it takes to beat Rogue, Dark. In Blackburn, you were baited by the opponent's main games. And there were big moments of dangers, especially in light shade. So did you definitely feel that?
링 보고 나서 빌드 먹었다, 좀 되게 준비 잘해왔다라는 생각했는데.
When I saw the enemy Ling, I thought I prepared for a good strategy. But I think I did some mistakes. But you know, I was really worried. But in the end, I was able to win. But Dark, you were definitely on a different level today. In Romantic side, you were able to gain the win with the macro, and the whole momentum was definitely shifted to your side. In Romantic side, I prepared for a different strategy, and you know, things didn't work out for me, so I tried to go for a different one. Romantic side was definitely very instrumental to my win today, very instrumental to my outcome. And your micro was fantastic today, Dark. Let's talk about the last game. We saw some various games today, but the last one definitely was the highlight. Wow, the roaches and the queens going up against the Mutalisk was fantastic to watch. There were like 16 queens on your side, Dark. So can you talk us through that situation? Well, usually, you know, I would just harass the enemy with the Ling and the roaches, but Rogue was so good at defending with the Mutalisk. So I was quite worried. I thought I might lose the game. You know, I'll be really devastated if I lost the game. And this was a full set game, full set match, Dark. And Dark, you did mention previously that if you beat Rogue today, you'll be able to lift the trophy. And Rogue is definitely one of the strongest favorite of this season. So are you not scared of any other opponents now? No, not really. Well, my opponents are probably going to be, you know, one of the Protoss players, and they're both very good. Compared to Rogue, they're definitely a little bit weaker, I would say. And you know, there's the build artist parting or the disruptor specialist Zoun. So who do you want to meet? I don't want to meet any of them. They're both very good players. So you know, today I hope they have a fierce match and try to exhaust their strategies. And we will definitely look forward to how you perform in the future, Dark. You did defeat your nemesis today, Rogue, so today's going to be a fantastic day for you. And you're now one of the strongest favorites to win this season. So anything you want to say before you go? You know, right now I'm so exhausted. I don't know what's going through my mind. I just want to go home, take a rest. And if my next opponent is decided, I'm gonna practice really hard and try to deliver a good performance in the round of 4. And we'll see you in the round of 4, Dark. Thank you.
자, 이렇게 오늘 처절했던 저저전의 승자 박명 선수 만나봤고요. 계속해서 GSL 이벤트 안내해드리겠습니다.
All right, that does it for our interview. Very exciting stuff to see Dark move on. Honestly, I really thought Rogue was going to be the player to advance, and I think this makes the entire tournament a lot harder to call now.
Yeah, it definitely does. It feels more wide open since Rogue just doesn't really lose in best of sevens. And it did almost feel watching this that if it went to best of seven, Rogue still would have come back. So
yeah. We have a short break. We come back. The final game in the round of 8. Don't go away.
Almond milk with the Wheaties for breakfast. Eat my baby for dinner. Had to switch up the methods. We don't hang with pretenders. I'm the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, yeah. Say the city yet again, here it comes, yeah. Vigilante on the rise, why is it surprising? They throw agents at your border.
함께 모이면 홈파티. 홈파티엔 먹방. 먹방엔 칠성사이다. 맛있어. 맛있는 자리에 빠질 수 없는 청량함. 칠성사이다.
퇴근하고 뭐해? 퇴근하고?
오늘은 유 셰프, 내일은 유 러너, 주말엔 유목수.
그걸 다?
본캐부터 부캐까지 하고 싶은 게 많은 요즘 시대의 커피. 칸타타 콘트라베이스.
이번 주 등산 어때? 등산 캠핑? 그래서 주말엔 낚시?
내가 낚인 거지.
그래도 나오니까 좋잖아.
일상에서 취미까지 나누고 싶은 게 많은 요즘 시대의 커피 칸타타. 아이시스 8.0을 챙긴다는 건 건강한 생각까지 챙긴다는 것. 나를 움직이는 핑크 에너지 아이시스 8.0. 아이시스 8.0을 연다는 건 조금 이른 아침을 연다는 것. 나를 움직이는 핑크 에너지 아이시스 8.0.
디자인하면서 가장 중요하게 생각했던 부분은 울트라 기어의 차별화된 브랜드 메시지를 잘 나타내는 것입니다. 신과 영웅들의 최강의 무기들을 검토하였습니다. 그중 리케의 승리의 날개를 모티브로 지금의 울트라 기어의 로고가 탄생하게 되었습니다. 울트라 기어의 이니셜인 U와 G를 비상하는 날개의 형상으로 레드 색상을 사용하여 강력한 에너지와 힘을 나타내었습니다. 울트라 기어는 최상의 퍼포먼스로 진정한 게임의 즐거움, 승리의 기쁨을 여러분께 선사할 것입니다.
이렇게 좋은 날엔 홈캠핑이지. 홈캠핑엔 고기, 고기엔 칠성사이다. 맛있는 자리에 빠질 수 없는 청량함. 완벽하네. 칠성사이다.
숙취 요즘 누가 저렇게 깨니? 맨날 똑같은 거, 맛없는 거 깨. 이제 탄산으로 깨. 숙취 해소의 새로운 기준. 가스강. 환도 역시 가스강이 대세.
디자인을 하면서 가장 중요하게 생각했던 부분은 울트라 기어의 차별화된 브랜드 메시지를 잘 나타내는 것입니다. 신과 영웅들의 최강의 무기들을 검토하였습니다. 그중 니케의 승리의 날개를 모티브로 지금의 울트라 기어의 로고가 탄생하게 되었습니다. 울트라 기어의 이니셜인 U와 G를 비상하는 날개의 형상으로 레드 색상을 사용하여 강력한 에너지와 힘을 나타내었습니다. 울트라 기어는 최상의 퍼포먼스로 진정한 게임의 즐거움, 승리의 기쁨을 여러분께 선사할 것입니다.
양념 툭툭, 올리브유 또르르. 우와! 그리고 제로. 너무 좋다. 맛은 배로, 칼로리는 제로. 칠성사이다 제로.
야채 착착, 당토 톡톡, 아보카도 슥슥. 그리고 제로. 이렇게 맛있다고? 맛은 배로, 칼로리는 제로. 칠성사이다 제로.
울트라 기어로 부드럽게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터. 울트라 기어로 선명하게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터.
관리받다. 관리하지 않는 순간에도 관리받다. 14일 동안 정성껏 발효한 브루잉 콤부차로 관리받다. 브루잉 콤부차.
자, 준비되셨죠? 언제나 준비되셨죠?
네, 됐습니다.
꽂혔다면 쏟아부어.
인생 직진 음료
하나씩 단체 개봉. 또 쏟아부어.
인생 음료
하나씩.
그러면 사이 우승하겠는걸?
꽂혔다 안 꽂았다. 인생 직진 음료 뭐야 이거? 포스가 느껴지십니까?
꽂혔다면
치료되는 내 포스가 느껴지십니까? 하나씩. 꽂혔다면
이게 사의 맛이지.
기가 막히네.
그리고 다시
꽂혔다면 쏟아버. 인생 직진 음료.
하나씩.
기분이 좋아요.
인생 능력.
꽂혔다면 쏟아부어.
잠깐만. 꽂혔다면 쏟아부어. 인생 직진 음료. 하나씩.
수고하셨습니다.
형좀 머리 했나?
이번 일단 잘해요. 계산이 좀 했어? 계산이 좀. 2명 빼고 나온 거예요. 술 마셨어? 술이 아니라 하식스를 먹어요. 하식스. 조만간 하식스 한잔 하자고. 조만간 하식스 한잔 해보고.
직행하고 오니까 기분이 어때? 너무 편해. 너무 편해? 사실 내려가고 싶지 않은 곳인 것 같아요. 바로 직행하니까 기분 어때? 아, 기분 매우 좋아요.
점찍 가던 선수 있어요?
아, 스페셜 야겠네, 스페셜.
언제 왔어? you want me? 오케이? 잘 지내요? 네. 개운해? 그렇게 사귀네? 인력? 아? 그렇게 사귀네? 그렇게 사귀. 야, 맞다. 뭐? 네? 이미 뽑으려고 결정한 거 아니야?
만약에 희범이 성호가 낚아채거나 그러면 이미 얘기가 됐다고?
누구?
더러운 놈.
You say será meter aguanta. 아니? 아니? 왔다. 희도. 누구는?
근데 우승을 3번이나 했는데 왜
네.
톱시드가 처음이죠?
항상 제가 우승할 때마다 제가 광탈을 해가지고 포인트가 딸리더라고요. 저는 꿀조를 만들 생각이 지금 없어가지고 그냥 밸런스 있는 조를 만들고 싶어요.
잘생겼다.
저한테 얘기한 게 있거든요.
아 진짜? 모종의 거래가 있었어?
그렇게 안 하려고.
형들 생각 있어요.
오!
그룹 A 산테랑 갈 수 있어요?
자기 8강 가고 싶다고
오!
테란 해달라고 하는데
오!
뭔가 모르겠는데 제가 너무 재미가 없을 것 같은 거예요.
테란 너무 쓰레기 있어. 산테랑 괜찮아요. 너무 화났어 지금.
어떤 조 들어가고 싶어?
저는 뭐
저그 많은 줄? 저그 많은데 황영우 어때? 저보다 잘하지. 내가 제일 못해 지금 게이머 중에.
너무 좋고 누구 볼지는 모르겠어요. 생각해봐야 돼. 아, 왜요?
3대 운동 하세요? 둘 다?
전해요. 저도 합니다. 얘보다 100 더 들어요. 네? 제가 더 들 수도 있죠. 너 몇 드는데? 저 스쿼트 80. 벤치 몇 드시는데? 벤치 60? 배들부터 120.
둘이 싸움 누가 이겨요?
제가 이겨요. 항상 열려 있을게요. 원할 때 얘기해. 저 시즌에. 시즌에? 네. 오케이. 손 다치면 안 되나? 아, 오케이. 끝.
아우 이거 마지막이잖아.
이제 앉으실게요.
Round of 8. Rogue. Dark. Zone. Party. 2021 GSL Season 2. Code S. Africa TV. Freak Up Studio Live. 2021 GSL Season 2.
One more best of 5, and then we go to the next phase of the tournament. Zoun vs. Party is coming up next. I'm very curious to see how this best of 5 is going to pan out, what kind of games we're going to have. But if you guys missed, excuse me, if you guys missed Rogue versus Dark back there, I would go back and watch the VOD. It was actually a really exciting ZVZ, very dramatic. We had so many different types of games, and honestly, the best game in the entire series was the last one.
It was wild.
Let's go to this interview.
And now, this match will determine who gets to play against Dark in the round of 4. And we have Protoss player who's been with the GSL for the longest time, and we also have Protoss player who's been with the GSL for the shortest time. This is a match between Party and Zoun.
안녕하세요.
Hello.
안녕하세요.
Hello.
네. 자, 먼저 박한솔
So Zoun,
선수
you
이야기
first.
나눠보겠습니다. 슈퍼 토너먼트 2연속 결승에
You've
오르고
made it to the finals of the GSL Super Tournament twice in a row.
GSL 8강도 처음으로 올라오셨는데
And this is your first GSL round of 8. So how was your preparation? Well, my opponent is a fierce player, so I had to prepare well. But I don't know what he's gonna do.
네. 상대가 12번째 8강을 기록할
And Party has made it to the round of 8 12 times already in GSL.
그것도 조상우 또 주성욱에게 전승을
And
올라올
he has
만큼
beaten
기회가
Trap,
됐거든요.
Zest, and he has not
다행인 점은
yielded a single set to them.
슈퍼 이겼던 상대라는 점인데 그때 이길 때 느낌 기억하세요?
So do you remember the last time you beat Party? Yes, I do. That time, you know, the Party now and then is different. He's a different player.
아까는 생각보다 쉬웠다 하셨잖아요.
그건 당연히 농담이었습니다.
And Zoun, you said before that Party
자,
back then
원희상
was an
선수
easy
질문
player to play
드려보겠습니다.
against.
코드
That's
A부터
right.
16강까지 현재까지 전승으로
And from Code A
올라오셨습니다.
to
엄청난
round of 16,
기세로
you've
올라오셨는데
beaten everyone with a perfect score.
어떠신가요?
So how do you feel today, Party?
일단 전승으로 올라왔는지는 관심이 없어서.
Well, you know, I'm not interested in you know, beating the players with perfect score. I don't care about that. But that's good to hear.
컨디션은 좀 많이 좀 피곤해서.
Well, my condition, I'm a little tired.
하고 싶다는 생각밖에.
So I just want to dive into the match.
피곤하다, 연습을 많이 했다로 사실 들리는데요.
Well, tired. Does that mean you practice too much, Party?
토너먼트에서 한번 졌었던 상대이기 때문에.
Well, today's opponent is the one you lost to in GSL Super Tournament. So how are you feeling today?
그때 솔직히.
Well, back then,
토너먼트 졌을 때.
when I lost to him in Super Tournament,
자신이 없어가지고.
my PvP, I wasn't confident of it. So even if it wasn't Zoun, I probably would have lost to another Protoss player.
계속 좌절을 하고 있었는데.
And that time, you know, when I lost to him, I was pretty sad.
이번 시즌에는 좀 뭔가.
But this season,
프로토스 선수들이 저를 무시한다는 이제 소문을.
I heard a rumor that a lot of the Protoss players are looking down on me. They think I'm the weak Protoss player. So I practice really hard. And so far, my result has been very good.
또 엄청난 연습량을
That's right, Parting. You did boast about your practice load in the last interview.
엄청난 장기가 있죠. 분열기처럼
And these
까다로운
two
플레이를
players
잘하는
both have
박한솔
their
선수,
own characteristic.
강제볼을 잘 쓰고 빌드를
So
예술적으로
Zoun is
잘
fantastic at
쓰는
using
원탁 선수,
disruptors,
이두
and
선수가
Parting is
만나서
very good at
대결이
using the
되는데요.
cannons,
마지막으로
and
한마디씩 강력하게
very
나눠볼게요.
non-standard
먼저
builds.
책임있게
So
박한솔
Zoun,
선수.
do you have anything to say to Parting?
화나면은 갈아주기.
You know, if I provoke Parting, he gets good. So I'm not gonna
네,
provoke him.
현명한
Please go
판단인
easy
것
on
같아요.
me,
자, 원희석
says Zoun
선수.
to Parting. What about you, Parting?
저 말을 반어법이라 생각하고
I think he's being
지금 엄청
sarcastic.
무시하고 있다 생각하고
I think he's
있기
looking
때문에
down on me.
오늘 박살 내겠습니다.
I'm gonna destroy him tonight.
자,
Wow,
세계 첫
Parting.
GSL 4강을 노리는 박한솔
So
선수
Zoun
그리고 네
is
시즌
reaching
만에
for his
GSL
GSL round 4,
4강을
first time.
노린 원희석 선수가
And Parting
만났습니다.
is gonna
두 선수의
destroy
대결
him.
바로
Who's gonna win?
시작하겠습니다.
Dude, Parting's awesome.
He's so funny.
We were laughing so hard. He's like,
oh my God.
I think he is looking down at me. And I'm gonna destroy
He's just
him.
making things up to be angry about.
So awesome. Oh, it's so funny.
He's like, what did you say, Zoun? He's like, I just said good luck. Oh, I'm sorry.
There's no getting around Parting here. We got another great mirror matchup to end the night. This is another one I think is tough to call. You know, Parting can basically beat anybody if his builds pan out correctly.
Yeah.
He really is the master of build orders. But Zoun has a very, very modern take on Protoss here. I mean, we talk about Trap kind of being on the cutting edge, but really I think Zoun's right there with him.
Yeah, maybe more so in some ways. I think Zoun is really, like, Trap is carrying the race right now, but like the guy that's, I think, closest to becoming the next guy, like, okay, here's what it is. Ready?
Yeah.
When Stats was still around before Military, and he had a little dip right at the end, right before Military, but when Stats was still #1 Protoss, you had below him, like there were several Protosses that were very good, but you had Trap coming up, and you could tell that Trap would be the next guy after Stats, right? I feel like Zoun is starting to occupy that area.
Yeah, I
where
agree.
it's like he's not as good as Trap, but he's like when Trap's done, he's the next guy maybe.
Yeah, and he's, you know, very fresh to the scene. Got a very, very strong Protoss, PvP in general. The thing about Parting is that, like, it doesn't really matter what the meta is because he is so outside of that operating system. He really plays around the meta. He punishes the way that people like to open.
But not in just a cheesy
Not in just
way.
a cheesy way. I mean, he can do it in a cheesy way.
Yeah.
And, you know, he really is the master and on that end of the spectrum of play. It's why, you know, I don't know if other Protoss players in Korea are looking down on him or not, but, you know, it can be frustrating to play against a person that cheesy, that kind of, you know, thinking about the entire big picture and kind of not playing the straight-up orthodox game that most people are trying to go for.
Tasteless, you say you don't know if other Protosses in Korea are looking down on him, but you heard the interview and you heard what Zoun said.
That's right. I saw Zoun get disproven there. He was defeated with facts and logic. All right, we are going to go to GSL Oblivion to start things off in this best of 5 between Zoun and Parting, where the winner will secure that final spot in the round of 4. Let's go.
Alpha X, Zoun. Parting.
All right. So again, just to mention, and we mentioned this before, they fixed the ramps on Oblivion, so what happened to Solar can't happen anymore, so no worries about that. It is a ramped natural, so no big surprise to see those gateways there, to see these probes go past, and certainly block nexuses, which, you know, a lot of times this just goes into Stargate pretty naturally.
So, we got to wait and see what exactly the builds are going to be. We don't really have any idea just yet. 2 gases on both sides, both players with the gateway on the low ground of that ramp. And again, you know, one of the things that makes PvP so beautiful in StarCraft 2 is that there are so many different ways to play it, so many different viable openings, and then to watch those different openings interact with each other is a lot of fun.
And down go those cores. Zealots being started. Very standard for ramped naturals. We'll have to see if anything crazy occurs here, right? Like you can see occasionally someone go all in from this, but normally it isn't. It's just expansions.
Yeah, and again, you know, with parting, he doesn't have to cheese. I think this is a thing that we have to point out, because when people hear cheesy player, they're assuming that that's literally all they do, and they're doing that because they're not capable of the mechanical, you know, the task. How do I say this? They're not mechanically viable in a macro game. They're not good at playing a game where they're controlling the map. That's just not the case with Parting. He's very good at both. Which again is what makes him so difficult to go against here. Look at this. He's going to go ahead and warp the core in over there. I like that.
No, it's very smart. When you see someone warp their pylon in that early before the Zealot is on top of it, a lot of times that is to get that core started to really delay it as long as possible. So, nice little delay there from Parting. Zoun with lots of minerals, just kind of waiting. And look at this. Parting actually going into the Twilight, really kind of throwing this game on its head a little bit, isn't he?
Yeah, not surprising from him. You know, anything you scout from Parting, you kind of have to assume, all right, he could have canceled that later on.
Dude, this is
and so this is such a different build here.
A DT drop, maybe?
Maybe, yeah.
I mean, I could be...
Or it could be Stalker like, with a, you know, a Warp Prism. You just try to micro on the front, you know, and
he's just like attacking and doing fine. Yeah, it is going to be the DT drop.
Okay, this is kind of insane here.
Parting is smashing right now.
Parting is dominating so hard, and this is a very technical early game here. There's a lot of interference on both sides here.
And honestly, all you need to do here is keep him busy. Like, these Stalkers don't actually matter that much, but keeping the Phoenixes in here to deal with this...
You're stopping a scout.
Yeah, that's what truly matters.
And so he's just running around, and he's going to be able to pick this up. There's enough Phoenixes. He can get the kill on the Stalker, but, I mean, that is... Oh, I guess you can't quite kill that. Excuse me. I thought there was. All right, looks like it was one shot away.
Hilarious. Look at this. Look at these have to stay here. The prism's almost done. Oh, God, he's going towards... Never mind. Oh, he is...
No.
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 Oh, well, that's the big thing, right? Like, if he happens to fly in that direction, this could turn around, but... As is, he's going to warp TTs in, and that's going to
warp it right inside the main. This is already over.
It's already
Another
over.
Phoenix being made, no Oracle to tag. Too many gateways here with DTs to warp in. Game one is going to go to Parting, who masterfully danced and juked and jived and got into a position where the moment that he knows it right now.
Yeah, he just snapped back, and he's like, wait a minute. Oh, God. So, yeah, he's going to take that out. The pylon is going to be picked off. The next pylon will be picked off. There is no stopping this.
GG. Parting.
Beautifully, perfectly done from Parting. The fake Stargate. All the buildings he made to stall him, this was all one cohesive plan from Parting. Like, you can tell he's saying... Because these other players are looking down on him, he's practicing his ass off. He's coming up with these builds, with these strategies, with this execution that, like, Zoun just got railroaded, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Parting is the puppet master. He's the guy that made Pinocchio. He's the whale. He's the fire that kills Pinocchio in number 2. Like, he's everything.
Parting is a king. Strategically mastered, just masterclassed. I mean, it was really impressive. He had that attack going on, drawing any scouting away. And you could see Zoun just was not prepared. It was blindsided by that DT rush. Let's go to game 2.
Alpha X, Zoun.
Parting with his Benjamin Franklin hair. Could see him in a storm with a kite and a key on it.
Whether he invented the build or stole it, tasteless, he gets the credit.
He's going to get the credit. That's right. What is going to happen this time around? I could only wait. Again, Parting is so good at just kind of playing around the norm. And, you know, in that game he got scouted. He hard shifted into completely different tech that was going to be a little bit later, but managed to, by delaying the Nexus and then launching a small attack at the entrance where the natural was, killing off that first stalker, there was no way that Zoun could have scouted. And yeah, I mean, he just played a brilliant game there, and a game where you're really watching both players think on their feet. Not all games are like that. Some of these games, neither side is really engaging each other, and it really is a macro map game. But that game certainly was different.
For sure, for sure. And now Zoun has to kind of be on that back foot and think, okay, what the hell is Parting going to do this time? He's going to be more paranoid about it.
For sure.
Because that's one of the worst ways to lose, right? You're trying to parry all these little annoying things that Parting's doing where he is actually getting slightly ahead with them. You have like 4 Phoenixes, you're like, all right, I'm doing all right.
Yeah.
And then DT's swipe, and you're like, oh, literally, I can't stop invisible men because I don't have anything that can see them.
It's a funny thing. Going all the way back to even early Brood War and Brood War right now, a lot of games can end with just DTs getting there, and you weren't ready. So this time, Parting does have a pylon put up here at the top above the position of Zoun, and he's making a Stargate.
All right, proxy Stargate.
Really, it's one of the less crazy things in the game as far as PvP goes.
Yeah, it's Stargate coming up here for Zoun, who's also getting his Nexus a bit quicker. Kills off that probe. And he killed off at such a time that, you know, you have to be wondering still, right? Like, where is this? In fact, he is going for a scout. Look at that, 2 gates on the way here. So
this is not a fast expand build from Parting at all. This is actually going to be 3 gates with 1 gate close for faster warp-ins. And I'm assuming Phoenixes, but it could be an Oracle as well, depending on what fix.
I think you're right. I think it'll be 3 gate.
Oh, Void Ray, of course. I don't know why.
No, actually,
didn't
I
just
thought
default in it. Well, now that I'm looking at it, this looks way stronger.
Yeah, you're probably right. But there was a build with like Phoenix and Stalker where you'd go attack and just slip one.
Okay, now that putting the pylon out there, he sees that there is an attack inbound. He knows there's not an expansion being made. The probe scouts, the probe sees. It is going to be a Void Ray.
Now, it's 3 gates against a Nexus, but he's going to also make Void Rays, and both of them are going to spam batteries. There is going to be the overcharge available here, so honestly, I feel like this should be a Zoun hold.
Well, we got to see how the control actually goes.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! Now that's a lot of hull damage. He's running for it. Oh my god!
Yeah, that was almost insane on both sides. You cannot be losing a Void Ray when your opponent does not.
Okay, he's got another Stalker coming down here. He could actually now he's going to have a lot of momentum here.
Yeah, already the overcharge has been used as well. Let's not forget. And man!
What?
Insane.
Oh my god, they're both gonna live. Nope, one's taken out.
Dude, Parting is just unstoppable. Oh my god, he gets a pylon.
That's it. Let's go to the next game. There's nothing Zoun can do. Parting is just tearing through him. Oh
my god.
GG. Parting is a killer.
He has not lost a map.
Yeah.
Not a map. He is right now 9-0 this season.
He might be going 10-0 as he gets to the round of 4.
It's looking like that right now.
Look, I mean, Zoun is a great player, but he's not even able to get started. He's not even able to get into a game where he's going to do anything that he had planned. This is frustrating.
Yeah. He's getting completely outdone, unfortunately, and it feels like there's a lot having to do here with like experience and whatnot, because Zoun's openers are actually fine.
Yeah, they're good.
He's just, Parting's just applying so much pressure onto him that he's slipping up. That's it.
I mean, this has just been so one-sided so far.
Dude, Parting is truly a master.
He really is, man.
He truly is.
We're going to go to Oxide for Game 3. Right now, Parting with a 2-0 lead over Zoun.
Alpha X, Zoun. Parting.
I feel like if he wins here, he's going to supervillain into every TV all over the world at once with his face. Say, I'm cannon rushing every city in the world now, and no one will be able to stop me.
Yeah, and then the tanks roll out, but there's a pylon at the bottom of the ramps, and they can't get there in time.
That's right. Generals screaming into their walkie-talkies saying, we didn't know that one pylon could block that. Nobody knew.
Nobody knew.
In the background, partying, laughing as the thunderbolt strikes.
Unstoppable. So 3 maps in a row with ramped naturals here. Parting has already done so much against Zoun. This is I'm kind of giddy about this right now. I just want to see in what way he wants to kill him this time.
Well, he's just, every game it starts up and then Parting suplexes Zoun.
I know. It's like, it almost feels like we're watching a bad cell phone game that's pay to win, and Parting has he has
Yeah.
all the cards.
Yeah.
And Zoun only has a few, but sounds really good. But Parting just has cards that can't be beaten and stuff.
Yeah,
so we're
it's
oh,
not
that's
there.
too bad, man. I'm sorry, Zoun, I would have lost that too. Yeah.
Zoun's just a guy that works in a toll booth trying to play this game, but Parting has all of his mom's credit cards and has just got all the stats maxed out.
All right, Stargate here for Zoun.
Yeah, we got to wait and see what Parting's going to do. Again, he's such a poker player when it comes to these build orders. He knows how to bluff, he knows how to lie, he knows how to play his hand perfectly every time.
Stargate as well, but a bit later. Gateway looks like the same build as last time.
And honestly,
Zoun can do better against it this time. You got to do things like build a tasteless pylon so that you have backup. You got to, not overextend with your void rays. He doesn't know for sure, though, right? He's not sure.
The thing is,
he knows something's hidden.
Would he expect this to be coming again? That's the question, right?
No.
You're not supposed to do the same build like this over and over again because they would stop it. But to put it the second time in a row is kind of an ingenious build order rotation when you're playing against a pro gamer and you won the last time.
Parting in dark. A couple geniuses or a couple of madmen, who knows?
Yes, maybe both. So again, it's the exact same build.
Oracle though.
I think the Oracle actually isn't good here.
It's not good here.
Yeah,
you're definitely right about that.
Is he going to tag the void ray so we can see where it is?
But that part was good. That part was good.
Oh, dude, yeah.
But there's no void ray, so the shield battery is not as needed.
Yeah, the problem is that I think you just lose the fight with the numbers here.
He's going after the shield battery right away. Now, he is going to lose that Stalker. Okay, he gets it. But the Void Ray is going to pop out, and when the Void Ray pops out, his Void Ray can end up dying. Okay, he actually got a second one out here very quickly. But
what was that juke?
Yeah, that was not the juke.
Second Void Ray out for Parting.
Okay, he got 4 probes.
The battery's about to finish! Oh my god, it did not actually save that Stalker.
Yeah, there's I don't know what's going on. There's lasers everywhere.
The Protosses are lasering each other.
There's lasers that attack. There's lasers that heal. What's going on?
Oh my god. He sent probes down here to try to fight with his own.
Yeah, I know, he's fighting with probes as well. It's crazy.
Oh my god, the battery just barely saves it.
Oh, and Parting's dead. Parting's dead. There's no way. Look at these probes just manhandle that pylon. And now in comes the Oracle for revenge. You thought I wasn't good.
Yeah, you thought I wasn't important unit. I call the probes. Yeah, I think that this is ending.
It certainly looks that way.
Well, how many batteries with energy? Oh, there's actually a lot. Never mind.
Yeah, this seems impossible.
Well, it just seems like there's no way you ever overcome them unless you have your own probe over here making batteries and pylons. And he's going to send one more out.
Yeah. You may as well.
Yeah, it decides to not actually wall that in case he has to send another probe out.
I think he's just going to GG, man. He's not going to
he gets one of the Void Rays. Artosis, he gets one, and he could get the second.
Oh, he snaps that Void Ray's neck as well.
He's Steven Seagal'd the Void Ray.
My God, and now he's...
Oh!
Wait a minute.
Pylons are coming.
No, he can't win this.
Artosis, watch your tongue.
Look, a Void Ray's here. 3 Stalkers and a Void Ray plus shield battery backup.
What, another Void Ray's gonna... Oh, no, wait, he doesn't have another Void Ray.
No, he doesn't.
I thought he was making one. I think
he started one now. Now he
Base
only has
powered.
1 battery against 4 or 5.
Void Ray coming. He's gonna try to attack that battery. He needs to be careful with his probe here as well.
Oh, man, he's tagged it. He has slightly more firepower, that's for sure, but there's going to be a second Void Ray.
The Stalkers can't easily get back into the main. They're kind of stuck on the outside.
Yeah.
They can bunch up a little bit. Oh my God, it's saved. That's insane,
Oh,
dude.
the other one rallied out. He almost got that one, too. Both of them so low.
Oh my God, he gets that one. And he actually gets a Zealot as well. It's still 3 Stalkers. There's more batteries coming. They are getting depleted, and he's running out of room for places to make that. Parting still has plenty more room. We're just sitting here casting this game with orgasm faces.
Yeah.
He has not gotten a kill on any of those Stalkers yet. The second Void Ray is about to come out here. Partings is about to warp in as well.
Look at this. He's warping in some Zealots. Okay. Zoun with another Void Ray on the way. He's making a Forge as well. I think that's actually a pretty smart move. He just needs to defend, right? Like,
yeah, the problem right now, guys, is that Party does not have another base, so he has to make this work. He's not mining from a second Nexus. Oh my God!
Dude, overcharge. Crazy.
Oh my God, he gets that. Oh, and he's gonna get the second Void Ray back. It's gonna heal up again. It's very low.
Party needs to make a Nexus next phase. You got a Void Ray.
Again, any hull damage you do is going to be permanent on these Void Rays, obviously. So, but again, if you don't get the clearing shot, no way.
Dude.
No way. Oh my God, that's it. Zoun holds in what has been an insane series so far.
You know, you see Terrans and Zergs complain about shield batteries, but they don't know that the real victims are the Protoss players.
This is true.
Both of them would have been dead 1,000 times without those batteries.
What a nail biter. And you know what? Again, remember that Oracle actually sniped the probe right away.
Yes.
We
had to
made
pop probes out. He was losing probes at home sometimes.
Yeah. And I think in the long run, that probably was maybe even the biggest factor to slowing this entire attack down.
Yeah.
He did not have momentum with the batteries. Parting has played another hand. This time it did not go his way. But we still got 2 more games left. Every game, though, Parting is going for the jugular.
He certainly is. What is he going to bring out game 4? Maybe Zoun, with this little commercial break coming up, can gather himself.
He's going to have to, because if he does not, Parting will step past his body and go on to the round of 4.
I think
이렇게 좋은 날엔 홈캠핑이지. 홈캠핑엔 고기, 고기엔 칠성사이다. 맛있는 자리에 빠질 수 없는 청량함. 완벽하네. 칠성사이다.
숙취 요즘 누가 저렇게 깨니? 맨날 똑같은 거, 맛없는 거 깨. 이제 탄산으로 깨. 숙취 해소의 새로운 기준. 가스강. 환도 역시 가스강이 대세.
디자인을 하면서 가장 중요하게 생각했던 부분은 울트라 기어의 차별화된 브랜드 메시지를 잘 나타내는 것입니다. 신과 영웅들의 최강의 무기들을 검토하였습니다. 그중 니케의 승리의 날개를 모티브로 지금의 울트라 기어의 로고가 탄생하게 되었습니다. 울트라 기어의 이니셜인 U와 G를 비상하는 날개의 형상으로 레드 색상을 사용하여 강력한 에너지와 힘을 나타내었습니다. 울트라 기어는 최상의 퍼포먼스로 진정한 게임의 즐거움, 승리의 기쁨을 여러분께 선사할 것입니다.
양념 툭툭, 올리브유 또르르. 우와, 그리고 제로. 너무 좋다. 맛은 배로, 칼로리는 제로. 칠성사이다 제로.
야채 착착, 당토 톡톡, 아보카도 슥슥. 그리고 제로. 이렇게 맛있다고? 맛은 배로, 칼로리는 제로. 칠성사이다 제로.
울트라 기어로 부드럽게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터. 울트라 기어로 선명하게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터.
관리받다. 관리하지 않는 순간에도 관리받다. 14일 동안 정성껏 발효한 브루잉 콤부차로 관리받다. 브루잉 콤부차.
Round of 8. Rogue. Dark. Zoun. Party. 2021 GSL Season 2. Code S. Africa TV, Freak Up Studio, live. 2021 GSL Season 2.
This kind of music plays when party's warping in. Something evil in the middle of the map.
Yeah.
There it is. Whoa, that's a Stargate.
You'd think that would give it away and Zoun would defend better, but
yeah,
it's really hard. All right, what does he do this time? The mad genius himself.
I don't know, man. I don't know what to expect. I would say we won't see that strategy again, the one that he's used the last 2 times, but you just don't actually know with parting. He does have the option to dial it back into very conservative play. That's what makes him so dangerous. Zoun, the newest edition of Protoss, is at the forefront, but he's going up against the final boss right now. We're going to go to Romanticide for map number 4. And I do hope we get a 5th game, but it's going to be hard to say. Let's see what happens. Again, the winner goes on to the round of 4 of the GSL Season 2. Let's go!
Alpha X, Zoun. Party.
So we'll say what this is going to look like. Our first map that does not have a ramped natural, so
yeah,
much
very
more
important
likely to open 2 gate.
Yeah.
Just his own whole bag of worms.
Yeah, requires very, very different stuff early on. And yeah, I mean, I just want this game to like speed up a couple minutes ahead here. I just want to see what they're going to do. I'm so excited.
Yeah, there could be some real craziness.
Now look at that.
in.
Look at that probe he hit. He hit his second probe
smart.
that he just sent out. So it's very subtle, but Parting had a probe hit in the corner of his main and pulled it out as the scouting probe from Zoun came in. Now that matters because right now in Zoun's head, he's assuming there's at least one probe on the map, and not two, because he never saw a second one come out.
Yeah.
So you may be factoring out some kind of a proxy or some hidden tech.
That's right. If you see this probe come in, and you're like, he's doing loops around the Nexus right now with his probe, so he knows that this is the only probe out there. And if Parting just keeps this probe within vision, he won't suspect, or likely won't suspect.
And so it's important for Parting that this probe stays, how do I say, stays in the presence of Zoun.
Yes.
Because that's information in of itself.
And look, he's actually like chasing with this one. Oh my.
Now, I don't think Parting's going to expand at all.
No, I don't think so either.
I think that it would be very odd if he did, but Zoun thinks otherwise, right? Because Zoun says, well, he's not hiding anything. I didn't see that probe.
I bet you Parting wants this to be what happens, right? Because
now
you block that, and so Parting will commit to killing it, which makes it look like a Nexus is going to be coming.
Exactly.
Twilight on the way.
Could be the DT play from earlier. Now, there's a Stargate being made back here, and Parting's also delayed the expand. Zoun right now probably assumes they're about in the same position, but this is going to be a very different game.
All right, Stalkers come across the map here for Parting. Gonna run into two. He actually gets the worst volley there.
Yeah, he is gonna be able to run around. He can use the bush to stay safe. And I think it's gonna be a Dark Shrine. There it is.
All right, DT Rush plus Nexus.
Now, if he can get a little bit of an edge here with pressure, you can't scout this. Now, again, if you scout inside the main, you're going to see that something's missing as well.
Yes.
It's not just like if you don't see the tech, then you have no idea what's happening.
And he's actually going Phoenix first, so it's possible that he just sits the Phoenixes there kind of waiting to see if like an Oracle's going to come in or something like that, because he knows like there could be a Stargate in that main base.
There's another pylon that's made. This time it's over at 3 o'clock.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
Ooh.
Oh, that was so much.
Yeah, just gets in time right there. All right, warping in yet another Stalker.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, out of energy there. But
Snipes
Parting's
that one.
micro is just...
He's very good at control.
Stalkers without blink, like, he's literally the best in the world at their micro.
Yeah. But he's going to keep trying to push in here.
Now the sentry. Here comes that Phoenix. Phoenix is going to go for the scout. Now, when the Phoenix gets in, you're right. He's going to look at that and say, there's something missing.
But what is it going to be? The first DT is coming. There is a robo that's halfway started. I don't know that Zoun actually has detection.
Yeah, it does not yet, no.
Well, that's not good.
But, I mean, he can get it. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he started an Oracle, because with something missing, you have to prep for that.
But there's going to be 2 DTs, and so he can fork them off in different directions. I think Zoun's going to be in a lot of trouble.
He might be, but there is a sentry here.
He can also just go and kill the sentry as well.
Oh, God. He just barely
That was not the play I was expecting, but okay.
Yeah, going after this pound right now.
Yeah,
killing the sentry is really good.
Where is the... Oh, he did kill it. Okay. I couldn't figure out where the sentry went. That was a confusing
Okay, so he's going to live through this. Yeah, the DT actually... I mean, he killed a sentry. He damaged some stuff, but that was a solid hold from Zoun.
So a pretty impressive setup for Parting, but Zoun survives.
Yeah.
And now we're going to go into a more normal game. An Immortal being pumped out on the other side here for Parting, a Forge and Blink. I imagine Parting not going to really lean into Robotech at all, but instead kind of go into charge lots.
Yeah.
And Archons and all that.
I think he has to throw his third Nexus down like very, very soon here. And go for kind of an overwhelming Gateway Man style, right? Like, he's a little bit behind, I think, in several ways here. He doesn't really have any real harassment tools. Tech-wise, he's a little bit behind. It's not that Twilight is bad or anything, but when your opponent has Robo and Stargate and is able to fly around and harass you and make Immortals and Prisms and things like that, it's tough. Third Nexus actually coming up for Zoun. That's not what I expected there.
Yeah, that's an interesting approach to this. I think he knows that Parting knows that he's kind of behind. Parting doesn't have the ability to scout very easily at all. And so I guess you could just slip out a third Nexus, and if Parting doesn't react to that in time, Parting's going to be extremely behind. But there is a DT coming out now. And looks like it's going on a path where it could encounter this third base.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's going to get much done, though.
I was wrong, by the way. I thought he wouldn't lean into Robo. He is going to get a Robo here.
Interesting.
But I feel like that only gives Zoun more time for this strat to work out.
It looks like Parting is just taking his losses and going into a macro-esque game. But again, just slightly better tools here for Zoun. Charge coming up for Parting.
So this is a big bump economically for Zoun. That being said, Parting taking a third base of his own, he's not going to.
It's not that far behind.
Yeah, but you know, this is a dance that you really want to try to get as far ahead as possible. And Zoun identifies where that development is at here, seeing that third base. I'm really liking this game for Zoun so far.
Yeah, I like it for him too. But don't forget, right? Like in the game where Trap just got a little bit ahead of Parting, what did Parting do? Well, when it became chaotic, he did what Parting does best, which is just manage that type of chaos, like throw stuff everywhere. I mean, Blink DTs became a big part of it, counters all over the place. And that's somewhere that I think he can outplay Zoun as well.
That's very, very true. He's very good at the multitasking and the juggling. And so this isn't just really a numbers game where we're trying to math out who's ahead. It is going to come down to how they engage each other.
I love that DT just waiting. It's just sitting there waiting to see it. Now that's a cannon that's being made, so a little bit rough, but it's a great idea.
Well, the setup is very smart. You know, if there is not a cannon here, he can run in and slice out a couple probes, and maybe that's the big winning play.
Party catches those hallucinations. Okay, I mean, Parting has +2 on the way, which is nice. Zoun, though, just got a Prism, so there's definitely the possibility he tries to attack. Moving across the map, he has 3 Immortals against none. This
is a pretty
That's
tight
a tall
bottleneck.
order to hold that.
Yeah, this is so many Archons that it can melt through any
3 Immortals.
positional advantage. Yeah, I mean, Parting's just going to lose this fight. Actually loses both Templars here, too.
Good call and running away immediately. Can he hold it up a ramp? I don't think so either.
I don't know, man.
Okay, he's warping in a lot of Zealots here, so this is where the surface area might be what Parting can end up winning this with. Yeah, I mean, this is the best chance he's going to have. I don't think it's going to end up working.
No, I think Zoun just has too much. This is going to be a huge win here.
Uses the overcharge here, trying to take a fight on both sides, but Zoun just has way too much. It looks like another round of Zealots do get warped in. The Archons Immortals, though, at this third base, dealing damage to Parting's economy throughout this.
Yeah, and this is, I think, over. I mean, there's just too many Archons here. Everything is melting. The probes are popping like balloons over here. And there's just too much. Zoun survives another game, overcoming Party with an excellent push. We're going into game 5, baby.
Craziness.
Hell yes.
Craziness.
So good, man. It is tense in the studio. I can feel it in the atmosphere right now.
Parting's been working so hard lately
Parting
to put up a good GSL season with all these Protoss talking down on him. Tasteless, can he go from 2-0 to 0-3?
It might happen, man. Parting almost walked out of here with a sweep. Zoun's been the first player to even take games off of him. Now it's going to go down to 2,000 atmospheres as the final map. Parting.
That's the amount of pressure on both these players.
His DT rush worked once. His all in with the Void Rays at the entrance worked once, but then the other 2 times it's been shut down. Does Parting have any more tricks up his sleeve? Or is Parting going to be leaving this wishing it was a best of 3 instead of a best of 5?
Well, certainly he wishes that right now.
Our map is ready. The final game of the round of 8 starts now. In 2 seconds.
Alpha X, Zoun. Party.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what Parting has planned here with everything on the line. That Zoun has come back to this point is really, really impressive. Seems like he's gaining some confidence as well. He definitely missed microed in game 3 a few times, but ended up holding on and winning. That last game, though, was much more decisive from him.
Yeah.
He did a fantastic job holding the DTs when he wasn't quite ready.
But I think
he
also
did a fantastic job with the killing blow as well.
That third base was very smart. I think Parting went into the robo tech, which
yeah.
didn't help him get ahead at all.
Oh, so true.
You know, I think Parting, that was the moment we saw Parting actually not cut corners.
Yeah, he might have thought something like, you know, sometimes people counter like a failed DT with their own DT, because a lot of times you do try to skimp on things. Maybe he thought Zoun was going to do something like that, but you're right, it did not work out for him.
So,
damn, that's as far to the side as you can get.
Wait, I'm getting confused. That's Parting's probe? Yeah.
That's
okay.
Parting's.
I don't know why it's hard for me to see that color in the
Zoun
sky.
has his own pylon in his natural, so it's like a hidden pylon, but
Yeah.
probably nothing will go there. It's actually a good spotter pylon, though, in case like an Oracle tries to fly in or
Sure.
something.
Yeah, it has some functionality later on.
Yeah.
Parting, what's the tech going to be?
Stargate, I think. No? Oh. Twilight.
Wait, the Twilight's being made in his main.
Yeah, and he is not ready for this.
And he cancels it.
And, I mean, you walk in and...
you just see this crater.
Oh, no. That's not good.
That's not good.
You didn't expect ye old probe scout.
Yeah, that's...
oh, man.
I feel like when Parting has a misfire, that's exactly what it looks like.
Did he? Okay.
Is that stuck in there?
I hope not.
I think that's stuck in there.
If that's stuck in there, it cancels again.
Cancels
builds in
again.
his main.
Well, what's funny is what's funny about the cancels, he canceled it before the probe saw it, which is weird, because you could have showed it to him and then canceled it after you left. Oh my God!
Yeah, he was sending a second probe. So now this has been scouted as well.
Oh no, Parting is not happy.
No, and that probe did get caught. Like, this is...
Now, this is hard to juke your way out of tech-wise, if not impossible.
Okay, well, he's going to go with the Twilight where he originally had
This could be the third Twilight made.
Yeah, this is actually starting to look like SOS's third game against Trap on Monday.
Yeah.
Where, like, it's almost too much at this point, and you're getting really punished.
Well, it's not impossible to win from here, but it's very hard. Development has not been slowed down at all. For Zoun. I mean, he's just continuing to blossom.
Yeah.
Whereas Parting is basically,
Dude, this is
hiccup so many
terrible.
times. This is a third nexus. Okay, so this is actually becoming a catastrophe here for Parting.
He has lost so much money on canceled buildings, killbot buildings. A couple probes have already fallen for him as well. Look at him, he's supply blocked.
This
throwing
is
down
so
double
bad.
shield battery against a player that's just walking home and making a nexus.
He cancels that. I think that's what, the 5th building that's been canceled now.
Oh man, yeah.
Or 4th maybe.
He's canceled 4 buildings. You're right. Yeah. All right. Well, it's at least a good scout. That's a solid scout right there. Tells him what's up at least. What's up is that he's down.
He is just in such a terrible position, Artosis. I'm sorry, Artosis.
No, this is...
I mean, this is just getting worse. What a kind of a dark ending to Parting. It's almost like this is the supervillain ending, right? Where, like, his powers are being used against him. He's, like, trying to deceive him and cancel this and go over there, and instead it's like...
It's actually just like, it reminds me of the movie Aladdin, where Jafar, at the end, he has everything he needs, but then he's tricked into wishing he was a genie, and that makes him a prisoner.
That's right.
That's what this is for Parting.
I feel like what's going to happen is Parting's going to cancel the wrong thing, and he's going to explode into Protoss dust over at his
How much minerals and gas do you lose if you cancel Parting? He seems pretty expensive. I think he's an immortal.
Yes, I think so.
I mean, you don't get money lost for canceling that.
Yeah, this is so bad, and this might be a quiet loss for the final game. It might just be like we see an attack happen and Zoun just has more, and you go, yeah, man. Well, I mean, there is a mechanic in the game that punishes people to cancel, so this can't be just the most slippery, weird game ever made.
Yeah. Imagine if canceling was free.
If you just get it all back, and it's like, yeah, nothing means anything. And every time I get scouted, I just cancel everything and do something else.
So true. Every time a hallucination flies in, I start 3 Stargates.
Yeah. No,
counter that.
Some people might not appreciate how necessary having a cancel mechanic in the game. Something that basically punishes you for switching up decisions.
So let's look at this. Where are we at? Right, there are oracles out, which is just a plus for Zoun. Zoun is up right now by 7 workers approximately.
Whoa.
Okay. He wants to get in on the canceling.
Yeah. So he starts that Nexus again.
These guys are almost like fighting game players.
They're canceling their tech, man.
Dude, over and over. They're skipping frames on the Nexus building at this point.
Got to see if Party can option select his way out of this. Now, the +1 attack upgrades are even, so that basically won't be a factor. Nobody's
it's not as
falling
bad
behind
as
on
it
that.
could be for parting.
Right.
It's not good. Like, your opponent does have more. Like, the amount of scouting you're getting done by the Oracle and everything, it is something. Oh, Dark Shrine coming up for Zoun.
Okay.
I like it.
So, the push is coming. I was waiting for this. Now, I think Parting is more prepared this time around.
I don't think he'll instantly die to this, but it's tricky with the sentries and everything, right? Like, there's a lot of play here at least. Oh, he's getting to a depths ready. I love it. Careful though. Careful though. Uh-oh.
Oh, gets that.
Tricked.
What am I watching? All right, those...
Okay, the force fields are actually pretty smart right there. Recalls those stalkers back to get them into position, but here come the 2 adepts. Oh, he actually has a photon cannon in the air. Yeah, like, the adepts still are great.
Well, they're getting a lot of kills.
Yeah,
for sure.
5 kills. That's awesome. He's up 13 workers right now, Zoun is, so that's pretty insane. Parting does have an immortal. That's kind of exciting. Oh! Okay. No, that was actually okay for Parting, yeah. You know, like, how they're like, if you can't make a decision between 2 things, flip a coin, and then you'll find out what you're hoping for.
Yeah.
While it's in the air. I feel like as I commentate this, I'm finding out I want Parting to win.
Yeah.
Because like, no.
I'm in the same spot as you.
Oh, yes, Tasteless. There's still hope, Tasteless. Then Parting wins a GSL in 2021.
But honestly, Zoun's playing a pretty solid control game. He did kill off a few probes here and there. It looks like that pylon got spotted, so it'll be taken out. We need to have Parting get a 4th base.
Yeah, I think he will.
Zoun does basically have the lead, though, by a little bit.
What's he going to do with the DT tech? We haven't seen... Well, he hasn't made any yet, right?
No, I don't think he's made any yet.
Old school Prism or something? Okay, there's one.
Well, I mean, we know that there's a cannon at the natural of the 2nd base for Party. Is there one over here at the 3rd?
Yeah, I don't know.
I wasn't really paying attention to that part.
If he has one at the natural, I wouldn't be too surprised if he had one at the 3rd, although he's been keeping his army there for the most part. I guess let's just see where that goes.
Okay, there's Parting. A little bit late, but 4th Nexus coming down.
Oh, Zoun is doing the little hide the DT behind the gas trick. That's why I always start my geyser before I send probes. See if it aggro's a DT.
Yeah, and we know that he can make a cannon there, but sometimes the cannon's made a little bit later, and a DT coming in and maybe mowing down a bunch of probes is sometimes all you need.
Yeah. Parting is finally caught up in probes. He is down right now 13 army supply, but he'll get around to units. It won't be that much, but
he's actually making more probes now, by the way.
He finds a DT. That is. He's got a good amount of Archons. I mean, Parting is really trying to fight back and get like a legitimate army. It's like Yakuza that's gone straight this game, you know? You've seen those animes, right?
I know, yeah.
We're not breaking the law anymore. Like, all right, Parting, but you are down a little bit. Okay, Blink's back here. He has the double battery. It's hard to engage.
I don't know that Zoun can get in there. I think it's just well positioned enough.
Oh, I think Parting needs to stay at the batteries though, and he needs an overcharge now. There you go, he gets the overcharge, and that will force him out for sure.
And he's continuing to push back here. Is this enough to overcome him?
Oh my God. He's going to start losing Archons though.
Oh,
Okay,
but he
Blink's
comes in here with a
forward.
flank from the Stalkers. They can mow down the sentries.
And now he's going to go after the Immortals.
Oh my God, he's going to close in on the rest of this army.
Oh man, he blinks on top of the second Immortal, picks that off as well. And Parting has defeated Zoun's army. He's way up in army supply.
Oh my God, he's going to get the Warp Prism, I think, as well. He does. And now he can start to try to just trample the forces that are over here at this fourth base.
Oh man.
And if this fourth base is taken out, I don't know that Zoun can recover.
Oh my God, he picks off that Archon. Parting may pull back.
Yeah,
He doesn't have anything up here to work in.
The Archon has no shields.
Yeah, that'll be picked
but
up
if
very
he can just
quickly.
eke out a few more shots from it, it's going to be enough to kill these
Yeah.
probes. He does pull the Archon back. Nice micro there. And
Oh
two more
my
Archons
God.
come in. I think that Parting has too much.
I think you might be right. The probes continue to fight here for Zoun. But as Zoun goes down a little bit here, is he going to be able to fight back? It's a much harder situation now for him.
The Warp Prism's here. He can reinforce the Blink over here to get a better angle. The probes come in, but more Zealots are already inbound.
The Immortal being targeted just beautifully here. A bunch of the Zealots actually do get stuck there momentarily. Somehow the battery keeping that alive, but yeah, it looks like Parting is going to run him over. Parting throwing his head back here, and that is a comeback.
Oh, Zoun with that smile on his face. He knows he's lost. It's over. Parting is going to be moving on to the round of 4, getting that final spot. This Nexus is dud. The next wave is going to try to push in here into the natural.
This is the type of game that Zoun will think about for the rest of his life. He had this 100%.
Yeah.
He was absolutely ahead, and just Parting clawed his tasteless. He had to cancel 2 Twilights. He canceled his Nexus. He canceled batteries. Everything was later. He was losing probes. He had less tech. And he held on. He macroed back. Nothing tricky. Took a better fight and was able to close it out. And you can see him overwhelmed.
An emotional moment. That was literally such a disastrous start to that game. The fact that he managed to navigate that in a set of so many difficult decisions, knowing when to engage. He knew exactly when he needed to push it. He controlled perfectly in some fights there where it looked like it might not go his way. Just incredible.
Dude, that anything is possible in StarCraft.
Wait, it was like 4 or 5 major cancels in tech.
Yeah.
And the Nexus.
Yeah.
I mean, he was so behind, and then to come out on top in a macro game.
The amount of experience and his overall control, his calmness and coolness under pressure, I don't know that anyone else on Earth would have won that game.
I don't think so, yeah.
From the position he was in, and like, the thing is, Zoun made a little mistake there at the end. He stayed a little bit too long.
All right, the reverse sweep is not realized by Zoun. Parting breaks through, and he moves on to round of 4. The Mozart himself moves on. Congratulations. Thank you.
정말 축하드립니다.
Wow,
정말
sincere
극적인
congratulations,
승리를
Parting.
하신 것 같아요.
That was a
먼저
very close win
2020 GSL 시즌
over Zoun.
1 이후 4시즌 만에
So this
진출
is your
어떠신가요?
GSL round of 4 in after 4 seasons. How do you feel?
아 지금 우승한 것도 아닌데 막 눈물이.
First of all, I'm like tearing up right now.
아 약간 진짜 제가 5경기 4경기 지고 5경기.
After losing the first game,
전인 건물 걸렸을 때.
when my 5th game got my proxy got scouted, I pretty much gave up.
또 앞길이 막히는구나.
And then I thought my dream would be not realized this season.
그냥 뭔가 포기하고 싶지 않. 포기하면
Well,
안 될 것 같다는
I wanted to
생각을
hold
갑자기
on
또
until the end. I didn't want to
들어가지고.
give up. That thought just sparked in my mind.
이거 정말 다행인 것 같아요.
But I'm really happy that I won today.
포기하지 않았기 때문에
That's right, Parting. You endured, you held on until the last moment to win today.
그 감동이 지금 이 눈물에서도 좀 느껴지거든요.
Wow, I can
그동안
feel
좀
your
마음고생이
emotions
많으셨나
in your
봐요.
tears right now, Parting.
그냥
It must have been stressful for you.
열심히 했거든요, 그냥.
You know, until now I've tried so hard. I don't have a team.
저 남은 거는 이제 팬분들.
All I have left is my fans
보세요.
and my viewers.
후에
And Cursor and Huel, my sponsors, they have helped me so much too. And they've all rooted for me. Everyone, I really wanted to repay the debt.
제가 원희삭 선수의 눈물은 인터뷰하면서
Wow,
처음
I think this is my first time seeing you tearing up,
정말
Party.
얼마나 기쁘신지
I just can't imagine how happy you are right now, Party.
푸푸전 이제 원희삭 선수 푸푸전 못한다 이야기할 사람
I don't think
아무도
anybody on this earth can say that your PvP is bad, Party.
지난 인터뷰 때도 하루에 막 연습을
The last interview, you mentioned that you play like 50 to 60 games a day for practice. How much practice did you do this time?
똑같이 진짜 막 친한 게이머.
I went through the same practice load.
이번에 제가 우승하고 싶다고.
You know, I asked all my pro gamer friends to help me with the scrims.
일 내고 싶다고.
I really wanted to pull off something big this season. I told them how desperate I am. And all the pro gamers agreed to my request. They helped me so much. And today I was able to pull off the performance today. The DT drops, the void rays, everything has been fantastic today. The strategies definitely shown. And it's really nice to hear from you. Personal story, Party. Now you don't have to go through Code A next season, Party. And let's talk about the round of 4. And your round of 4 has been decided earlier today. It is Dark. And Dark is an opponent you have to avenge against. And last time you couldn't go to the Code S because of Dark. You were bogged down by him. So what are your thoughts? Well, I'm really happy to not go through the qualifiers next season. I feel really comfortable now. Last time I lost in 3-2. And that time I didn't make enough preparation, to be frank. And I saw Dark's match today. And I can see how much he put into practice today. In the round of 4, you know, we are both very ambitious players. So I hope, I think it's going to be an exciting match for sure. And I think our side of the bracket will definitely have the winner of the season. And Party is having his eyes set for the trophy this season. So before you go, anything you want to say, Party? You know, there's this ceremony I always do on stream after I win. I wanted to do it today. But today, you know, I'm just like, I'm tearing up. Like, I'm like, the feeling of euphoria is too great. So I don't think I can do that today. Also, a massive thanks to my sponsors, Huel and Cursor. And my story is progressive. It hasn't ended yet. And this season, unlike the round of 4 when I lost to TY, I really want to win this round of 4. I will not make any mistakes, and I'll practice harder, and I'll try to go to the finals. Once again, congratulations, Party, on the round of 4. Thank you.
What a hell of a story, man.
My God.
Wow. What a great day of games.
Dude, okay. Groundhog's Day is a movie where Bill Murray tries to have the perfect day so that he can stop it from looping.
Right.
This is the opposite. This is the perfect day, Tasis, and we have to figure out
how to
make
looping.
it go on again and again forever.
What a great Final 4, and a lot of plot twists throughout the round of 8. The only real person I expected to get this far was Trap, but I don't know what's going to happen with Trap versus Bunny. That's going to be a really interesting fight.
Dude, yeah.
And then Dark versus Parting. Oh my God.
Parting is going to have some, like, serious filth ready for Dark.
Oh,
I
some
can't
dirt.
Wait. But Dark is so good against filth. Oh, he's like a sanitation worker. That's going to be great.
Dude. It's going to be a lot of fun to cast this. I mean, how far can Bunny go? Is Trap going to come out on top? Dark looking like the best Zerg there is right now. I mean, he beat Rogue. That was not a...
hey, there you go.
That was the thing I thought was maybe the least likely thing to happen here.
Maybe.
And Parting having such an amazing series against Zoun. Really one of the best PvP best of 5s you could ever ask for.
Yeah.
Especially to again, I can't emphasize this enough. When you have to cancel that many buildings at the start, it's
Dude,
almost impossible to win.
He was shaking his head and stuff. He thought he was dead for like the whole game until he won.
Yeah.
When he started to turn that fight and he like blinked to the side and started to pick everything off.
Yeah, and trapped the Immortals there. It's like,
oh my God.
Okay.
What a series. Both the series out of control today. The semifinals look amazing. Those are going to be best of 7s. We don't even deserve it. But let's take it anyways, Tasteless.
Let's take it. That's going to be at our regular times now, Monday and Thursday, 6:30 p.m. KST. I will not be streaming my bike ride or toast as it is raining.
It's raining?
No.
You coward.
Train, I will not bike for an hour in the rain, in the dark.
Yeah, I don't know. That sounds pretty
I'm not going to do it.
All right.
But guys,
We'll
thank
let
you
you
for
off, though.
joining us, man. This has been just a great round of 8. And
Yeah.
I think the round of 4, it's really exciting.
Oh, I can't wait to see what happens. Like,
maybe we have a Trap versus Dark finals. I think that's probably the most likely, but we're already seeing
you think
this season.
after what Parting just did to Zoun that he's not going to win this tournament? Do you honestly
I think it's
that?
a little bit more likely. But we'll see. I'm fine being wrong.
You better
I'm
like
not,
being wrong.
Part of my job, it's not really about being right?
Certainly.
I mean, look, if Parting could take on Dark, that's going to be interesting. But I think Parting better at cheesing in PvT, PvP. PvZ, it's a little bit trickier, right? It's kind of hard to get in there. And
as long as he can find some one pylon ramp blocks,
That's
like
right.
he has got it.
Check your ramps before those games start, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
It's so funny he won a game doing that here. It goes to show you he really is just labbing it more than the other players. Cause
yeah. Well, he keeps saying that. He's practicing 50, 60 games a day.
Yeah.
Every pro gamer's helping him. Like, that's going to continue.
He seems to have a point he wants to prove here, is that he's saying the other Protoss players are looking down on him. Maybe not for long.
Well, they're going to have to look up at him because he's going to be at the top of the mountain pretty
That's right.
soon
He's
here.
going to be at the end of the bracket here. And again, Bunny, this is such a cool story here. Bunny has been just grinding it in GSL for so long, and he hasn't had a ton of success, but now he's in the round of 4. He's the only Terran, and honestly, he has brought the best iteration of himself that we have ever seen.
If he beats Trap, he is the best Terran.
Yeah.
Got to say it.
Feels like we would never even be close to this with the other great Terrans we've had, but right now, yeah, I mean, if he takes on Trap, I don't see why he's not the best Terran.
Yeah, well, it would be down to him, Maru. Some people might say Clem, but like his play has been phenomenal, and Trap is the best Protoss. Like, he is the scary guy to try to play against in TVP. Bunny has shown some pretty damn good TVPs lately.
Yeah, and
he
again,
really
he's kept that style that he's always had, that we joke about, but he's making it look better than ever. And I look forward to that as well. I think Trap is maybe still the biggest threat for everybody here. But again,
I think he's the favorite for the tournament.
And I think Trap versus Parting, if we could get that, that would be amazing. But Trap versus Dark. And then there's the possibility of a Bunny versus Dark, which I hadn't really thought about until I just said it now. But that would be a great series as well.
Yeah, I mean, what he did to DRG. He could, he 3-0'd him. If you can 3-0 DRG, I think you can 4-3 Dark.
Yeah, and DRG is like the guy that makes ZVT look not fair until he fought Bunny. So, yeah, I mean, we got a lot of great stories to bring you guys next week. Be sure to join us. We love you. That's all the time we have. Bye-bye.